Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. How we doing? Can you hear me all good? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Gremlin. Hey, Jamie. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're doing good. Man, it is warm in my office today. It is warm. Just double check if we've got transcoding options. Yes, we have. Yo, guys, if you are watching on YouTube, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Very much appreciated. It helps out a lot as well. If you're watching on the short stream on mobile, touch and hold the screen for 2 seconds. The like button will pop up. You can drop a like on the stream that way. If you're watching it on desktop, I don't know why you're doing that. Come over to the channel and you can see it in full HD, 1440p. Or come over to Twitch and watch the stream in all its glory. As well, new video up not long ago. If you want to check it out, guys, very much appreciated. The problem with 4-star weapons in Wuthering Waves. Check it out. Very much appreciated. It's a bit of a long one. So, you know, a bit of a long one. Give me a second here. So you should check something. Hope everybody's doing good though, guys. Dude, it's warm, man. I've turned my AC off for like 2 minutes and I'm already sweating my tits off. What the hell? God damn. God damn. Yeah, appreciate everybody who's been going over and watching the videos on the YouTube channel now, guys. It means a lot. They've been doing really well as well, so thank you to everybody who's supported. Even if you watch it on stream, always appreciate it. Hop over, drop a like for the algo, you know. Alright, we're gonna play a little bit Wuthering again today, and then I do want to start a new game. I'm like on the fence. I want to try Honkai Impact 3rd. I really want to try it out. I do want to play a bit of PGR again, and I do want to try out Tower of Fantasy as well, because I just haven't played it. But I also kind of want to play Dying Light 2. And there's a couple of other games at the moment that I really would like to play. So I don't know if to just slap them into some evening streams or what. We'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. What is this? This today, this ITV, get rewards with ITV Plus. What the fuck is that? What's this all about? Buy 1 new sub, get 3 months of... Oh, Apple TV. I didn't know why I read that as ITV. Oh, buy 1 new sub and get 3 months of Apple TV Plus. Oh, okay. I guess if you sub at the moment on Twitch, I'm guessing that's for everybody. On whatever channel. So if you sub on any channels, you get 3 months of Apple TV Plus. That's kind of cool, I guess. If you use Apple TV or if you want to try it out. I wonder what the hell that was. Gift to sub, you get 3 months of Apple TV and it's for everybody. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw that earlier. I was like, what's that? What be that be? Yo, Kieran, what's going on, dude? Welcome to the stream. How we doing, fella? How we doing? How's it hanging? Alright, we ain't gonna mess around today because I'm late. Shall we watch a video or two and then think we get into wait, what? Oh, there we go. I think we get into some video gaming. A bit of video gaming. Hold up, let me just get OBS up so you guys can actually see what the crack is. Hey, there we go. There we go. Yeah, interesting. Okay. There you go then. There you go then. I want to check out a video.
Let's chat a little bit.
Okay, YouTube, fuck off. Right. Trolling me. Straight up trolling me. How we doing anyway though, boys and girls and everybody in between? Alright, let's check this out then. Which gacha games I'm dropping from Kekvin. Okay, curious. I've never watched any of his videos. Do you know what? I'm gonna drop a preemptive subscription. Let's check it out.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we are gonna have a little bit of a discussion. Today we're gonna be talking about the relevant...
See, I wanted to watch this because like at the moment there's so many gacha games and I've got a lot on my system at the moment and I kind of want to try some of the gacha games. I've kind of stopped playing Genshin and I haven't played Star Rail for a little while. and I'm kind of feeling to try a different gacha game at the moment. Wuthering Waves and Zenless are in my rotation, but I kind of want to throw another one in there. I do like PG on, I do like Solo Level and Arise, and I kind of like Reverse 1999, but I do want to try out Honkai Impact 3rd and Tower of Fantasy. But I just need to decide which one becomes that third slot, you know? So let's see if he's going to talk about any games that might interest me and give me an idea of ones that maybe I'm not going to bother with, I guess.
Relevancy of some gacha games on this channel and my plans with them going forward. We're going to talk about some of the gacha games that I intend to continue playing, and then some of the ones that I don't intend to continue or do as much of on this channel, and we're going to go through each gacha game individually. But first, a word from the sponsor of today's video. Today's sponsor is Blue Archive. Blue Archive is a popular anime-style mobile RPG game where players take on the role of a sensei as an advisor to the Federal Investigations Club. You have been appointed as the advisor to this club, and you're going to have to help to resolve the endless incidents that plague.
A bunch of schoolgirls are the federal agencies then. Okay. That's about anime. It's about anime.
Town. You're going to be joined by a bunch of charming allies full of personality, and you're going to be able to build special memories with them. In the game, we have
like the art style of these.
Real-time battles with really good detail animations and beautiful skill cutscenes. They have a really exciting story that's going to really get you interested in a lot of the characters in the game. Also, Blue Archive has been a huge hit all around Japan and Korea.
I was going to say, I have heard a lot of people talk about it, but I've never actually seen any gameplay. I just keep hearing it referenced.
Especially in Japan, where they've achieved the top spot in sales multiple times, and they also happen to have a TV anime airing at the same time. Starting July 30th, players can attain a new dress version
that was what I heard about the anime, maybe?
Hina. Also, the chance of recruiting 3-star students is actually going to become twice as high. So, what are you waiting for? Go and download the game right now using my link in the description below. But anyways, thank you so much.
I think it's a bit weird, a game that's all based around, like, schoolgirls in a gacha system. It's just all a little bit creepy for me, you know?
Much to Blue Archive for sponsoring today's video, and let's get right back into it. Anyways, today I want to have a little discussion with you guys. I want to do these videos more. I did put out a poll a couple days ago asking your guys' opinion on this. Unfortunately, this poll kind of got out of our community. It has 30k votes, which means that it got into the YouTube algorithm, and so a majority of these votes were people who probably didn't even knew what I was and just wanted to click a button to feel included.
Dude, I'm surprised Star Rail's at the bottom there. I would have thought, you know, it's Zenless is in first, Genshin second, Wuthering third, Honkai fourth. Interesting.
That's a lot of these YouTube community polls. I should not do these as much because they really are quite useless, to be honest, when they get outside.
Probably best to do it inside your Discord server, really, isn't it? Or in like a live stream or something, I would imagine.
Our little community. But from a general standpoint, from what I did notice from like the first 5-6k, most people were saying Zenless Zone Zero, which I kind of understand. But we can get into that more later.
Right now, isn't it?
The one I want to start out with is Genshin Impact. Now, the state of Genshin Impact on my channel is quite dead. The last video I made covering Genshin was a drama video with the boycott, and since then I haven't...
Dude, I feel like that's all that's happening in Genshin recently. It feels like there's very little about the game, especially in the content creator space. Very little about the game, and it's all just about drama surrounding the game, drama about voice actors, drama about the developers, drama about racism within the game, and very little about the actual game, drama about characters getting nerfed after the banners ended and just before another banner starts, but very little actual gaming coming from the Genshin side of things.
I haven't really posted very much for the game outside of Imaginarium Theater. Out of all 4 of the gacha games, Genshin Impact is the only one that I don't do the daily grind for at all. The
daily grind sucks on Genshin, that's why. Dude, even just the daily quests, I freaking hate them.
Is overcapped. I don't use my fragiles. I haven't done my dailies in forever. So in terms of like out of the gacha loop, Genshin Impact is the only one that like I just don't touch anymore. I think it's come to a point where I just realized the gameplay is just an infinity loop, like with every gacha game.
I was gonna say that's nothing specific to Genshin though. That area that is in there though looks absolutely gorgeous in Genshin though. I must admit, this area looks
like
beautiful.
Out of the gacha loop.
Genshin I haven't played Genshin for ages, and I am so far behind in the game. This area looks
one
so
that
pretty.
like I just don't touch anymore. I think it's come to a point where I just realized the gameplay is just an infinity loop, like with every gacha game, believe it or not. But I also just struggled to come up with unique content for this game and content that I really enjoy. I do plan.
I think the thing is as well, though, well, that's a little bit more difficult for this game at the moment. And I think this happens with all games, is that the game's been out for 4 years now, hasn't it? You know, there's only so much sort of unique and new and fresh content that you can make on Genshin. You know, you've got new updates that are coming out. Of course, you can make content on new characters, new areas, new banners, new whatever. But in terms of actually making fun, fresh content, it's kind of all been done, hasn't it? You know what I mean? I think that's probably, it's not a Genshin issue. It's just the game's been out for quite a while now. I think it's starting to come into its twilight years, even though it's still absolutely killing it. It's still the big dog with Star Rail. But, you know, it's starting to, it's getting into its older age now, isn't it? You know, it's getting ready to start claiming its pension. And I think, you know, we're going to see the twilight years coming very soon for Genshin. I think it will be the final days when Puyo inevitably kind of do the spiritual successor, you know, their next open world gacha game, I think. So I don't think that's anything, you know, against Genshin. It's just the cycle of games, isn't it, really?
And to return to Genshin Impact for not long, I don't know exactly what content we'll make for that, but I do plan to come back to Genshin for that period of time. The reason I don't know what content I'll make is because, to be honest, I really don't want to pull any of these characters, and I can't motivate myself to grind the Primogems for any of these characters in particular. They're just not designs I'm a big fan of, personally.
Yeah.
They all look a little kiddish and silly, in my opinion, which is just not the type of a design I usually go for in a gacha game. But after not long, unless there's any like huge drama or anything that's like a new character that I'm very
Let's face it, there will be some huge drama. It's Genshin, come on, there's gonna be.
passionate about. For example, I remember when like Dea came out, I was super passionate about this character. I wanted to build her to the best of her ability. Even though she was complete garbage, she had like one of my favorite designs in the game. And so I wanted to try to build her as best I could. So unless they release like one of the best designed characters I've ever seen, I have a hard time seeing me covering Notlon past the 5.0 update. And that will probably be all for Genshin Impact for the next month. The next game we're going to talk about is Zenless Zone Zero. That's going to be
the game everybody loves to hate. I think this is the game that's divided most people within the gacha space, hasn't it, recently? And of course, there's always going to be enjoyers and haters of all games, but this game has divided so many people. It's actually quite an interesting case. I actually really think the game's fun. I do. I think it's fun. It's got its problems, but I think it's a lot of fun.
Our second topic for today. Now, Zenless Zone Zero was the top voted in the poll for gacha game that people think I should drop or not play anymore. 44%. That is a vast majority more than every other one. And I've kind of come to conclude that people just don't like Zenless Zone Zero. I don't mean the game itself, but I don't think people enjoy content for Zenless Zone Zero.
I was just about to say this. I think Zenless is an incredibly fun game to play, but I don't think it's that fun to watch. And I've seen other people say this, and I think it myself. I don't find it enjoyable from somebody who watches content as well. Obviously, I stream and I make content, but for somebody who actually, you know, I enjoy watching content, I don't find myself interested in watching Zenless Zone Zero content, where I will watch people play Star Rail, I'll watch people play Wuthering Waves, I'll watch people play other games. I don't know. I don't know if it's it's the combat loop in the game or what it is. I can't quite put my finger on it, but yeah, I agree. I don't think it's the most enjoyable game to consuming in a content form.
Because Zenless Zone Zero is still a very popular game. If we look at the search term here, we could compare it to something like Honkai Star Rail, for example. You could see that they kind of maintain the same relevancy. Zenless Zone Zero is definitely a little lower, but generally people are still playing the game. But I think the problem with Zenless Zone Zero on YouTube is that it's just such a boring game to watch other people play. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, man, I should try watching a Zenless Zone Zero video for myself. And I find myself getting bored watching them. And to be honest, I can't even pinpoint what it is about it that makes it boring to watch comparatively to something like Honkai Star Rail. Because Honkai Star Rail is turn-based, and usually turn-based games are pretty boring to watch. But I find a lot more entertainment in my HSR videos.
I'm the same. I can't quite I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, it's boring to watch.
Than this. We can also see that in views across like the entire platform. Zenless Zone Zero started out very strong. I had videos doing 71, 121, 79K. Like these are very, very strong videos. But recently, I think I don't see any content creators that are getting like a mass amount of views on Zenless Zone Zero. So obviously we just had this latest character.
I think even MTash spoke about, he said he wasn't going to cover the game anymore on his YouTube channel. I don't know if he will, if he's going to stick to that, but he was saying that the views are just a massive drop off of a cliff in comparison to the other games that he covers. So it seems like it's across the board, but it seems like it's doing okay on Twitch at the moment. It seems like it's doing a little bit better than Wuthering Waves, actually. Obviously, it does depend on big streamers streaming with these categories because they're quite niche anyway on Twitch. I think gacha games are, and they tend to explode depending on whether there's big streamers streaming, doesn't it? But yeah, it is. I think that's his problem. It's just not that interesting to watch. I think unless you're not playing the game and maybe you just kind of want to watch somebody play the story. Other than that, yeah.
Come out, and if we sort by view count this week, we can see that obviously the trailers still do views, but things like guides, the top one has 150,000 views. That's not a lot. And then obviously we drop from like 100K all the way down to a 53K video, to a 47K video. I'm struggling to...
I think the reason why that is at the moment, until you get to some of the later Shiyu Defense Force stuff, you don't really need guides to build characters in Zenless Zone Zero. Now, the game does have nuance. It does. It's at the start, it's super unga bunga, but the game definitely does have some layers to it. It's got some nuance, but I don't think it's got enough that people really need guides to clear majority of the content that they're probably going to do in the game, unless they really want to get that most efficient clears of Shiyu stuff. But I think by then, most people, when they get to that level, have kind of already got a grip of the game and they don't necessarily need to watch a guide for the game. That might change as more characters and more content comes to the game and a little bit of extra complexity, shall we say, in potential gear and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why is that people just didn't need guides to get through 90% of the content that's in the game, if I'm honest.
To reach 10,000 views on a video, which is extremely unusual. This video of me talking about how I'm going to skip 2.4, which is honestly just a video I made so I could talk about Sparkle more because I don't get that excuse enough, got like 20,000 views comparatively to a video that I sent to my editor. He did an amazing job on and was like 2 times the length. So I don't know. From a personal level, I really enjoy Zenless Zone Zero, but I think from a content level, I struggle to come up with ideas for the game. And unless there's some big news or something new happening in Zenless Zone Zero, I just struggle to think about entertaining content that I can make for this game. So as for my plans for Zenless Zone Zero, I'm still gonna make videos on it here and there just to test the waters because I still personally enjoy the game, and that is about 50% of the reason that I make videos is my personal enjoyment. The other 50% is if the video will do well and if it will get views, and if it just isn't gonna do well, then I'm not gonna continue uploading it. But right now I'm still in the early portions of Zenless Zone Zero and I want to give it a fair chance, so I'm gonna test the waters a little bit, and I'm gonna keep making content for the game.
I think Zenless will be one of those games. The best time to upload content, really, it'll be updates. Of course, with any gacha game, that's the best time to be uploading content, when a new update drops, when a new banner drops, all that sort of stuff, especially major updates. But I think even more so with Zenless, I think it'll probably be one of those games where maybe it's best to just pop a couple of videos here and there, but then really spend a couple of days of smashing out some content when there's a new area, when there's new characters, when there's additions to the story, when there's additions to endgame, and then kind of let it kind of simmer down and move on to other stuff and rotate it out to your content structure. Because yeah, I agree with that. Again, there's probably people out there that really enjoy watching it, but I just think generally it seems that most people think the same, that it's just not that interesting to watch. I am going to stream it this week, but that being said though, I think that's true.
Till it's just like completely dead and nobody's interested in it anymore, because at that point there's no more reason to cover it. Next up, let's chat a little bit about Wuthering Waves. So I'm kind of out of the daily grind for Wuthering Waves. I do it like whenever I feel like it.
I'm still in. I missed one day the other day, and I must admit, I was kind of annoyed at myself. I do have the Asteroid Pass as well, so there's that extra annoyance. So I can't remember if I woke up in the night or it was later. Oh no, that's how bad it is. I'm waking up in the night and be like, oh shit. But I rolled over to Rosie and I was like, damn, I didn't log into WuWa today. Gutted.
It's not a game that I grind every day, but I definitely still play it. And when a new character comes out like Chang Li, who I was super excited for, I definitely played the game a lot.
Finished a companion quest yesterday as well. Really enjoyed it. The ending was really cool, actually. That cutscene at the end was actually pretty dope. I did enjoy that. I was speaking about these, total tangent, but I would like to see the game have raids. And I think the way that companion quest towards the end was set up was perfect for raids. You know, co-op raids, single-player raids where you have enemies to kill. There's, you know, simple puzzles. There's some extra, and maybe a bit of platforming into some groups of enemies, maybe a couple of elites, you know, maybe a sub-boss into an actual, like, hologram-type boss. I just think that would work so well in Wuthering Waves, and they could have, like, weekly raids, monthly raids, season raids, you know, have rotating stuff, change things up, have a, you know, be able to add buffs and nerfs and all that sort of stuff to it. I just think it'd be really good, actually. And the game's built for that stuff. I just feel like it's just a no-brainer to add that stuff into the game.
Because Chang Li was super awesome. I grinded for her, and I'm building her as we speak. My content plans for the moment for Wuthering Waves are a little up in the air. I can't think of too many innovative ideas for the game at the moment. But I'm working. I'm in the process. It's definitely a game I continue to play, and a game that I want to continue to cover. The next update, I'm a little iffy on the characters personally. I'm not a big...
Love ZZZ. However you say his name, not a massive fan. I think even if they'd have just given his arm a little bit more of an intricate design, had a little bit of a gold accent to it or something, you know, just to make him look a little bit more flash. Because his design is fine, but he is... People talk about the characters in WuWa being a bit bland. He definitely is. He definitely is a little bit bland. But I do like his overall design. But yeah, he's definitely bland.
Big fan of either design. That's just me.
I like
you might
ZZZ,
have a different opinion, but I might still probably pull them for a video or two just to make some new Wuthering Waves content. But I feel like we can honestly just make this one short, sweet, and simple. Wuthering Waves will probably be like my second main game besides the upcoming one, which we'll talk about. Wuthering Waves will probably be the one I cover second to the most.
What's the upcoming one? Azure Premilia? That seems to be everybody's kind of go-to. Neverness to Everness. I must admit, Neverness to Everness is my most anticipated one now. Azure looks good, but I'm definitely... Neverness to Everness seems a lot more up my street. Because Azure looks great, and I like the systems, but it's kind of like, you know, another fantasy, open-world gacha game. And we've got WuWa, and we've got Genshin, and I'm okay for more. But I think just the more urban, you know, sci-fi... supernatural setting of Neverness to Everness it just appeals to me a little bit more now, and customizing cars and stuff, that just looks cool.
Most on this channel upcoming, and I think honestly we can leave it at that. Game's really good at the moment. I have no problems, no issues with it. People seem to enjoy it, so I'm gonna continue to cover it. And last but certainly not least, and the main game at the moment on the channel is Honkai Star Rail. Now, to be honest, I'm in a bit of a trick.
I thought he was actually talking about an upcoming game. My bad. I totally misread the room. My bad.
Tricky place right now with Star Rail, and to be honest, it has nothing to do with the game itself. The game is awesome. I still love it. I have no issues with it. It's the only one that I play actively every single day is this game.
I have stopped playing Star Rail for a little bit. I love Star Rail. I think it's a great game. I do. I think it is a really good game. I just think it's... And I know this about all gacha games, but I just feel like if you don't keep up with the meta, well, not so much the meta, but if you just, it's a kind of a game of haves and have-nots. And I know that's the gacha system in a nutshell, but it just feels a little bit more exacerbated in Star Rail. And it's probably because it's turn-based. So, you know, there's the whole mechanical ability is taken out of it completely. And I suppose, really, Wuthering Waves is kind of out of these games. He's the only one that really leans into that mechanical skill more than the others. So it's a problem they all have. And even with the mechanical skill, it's still part of the game. Yeah, I just feel like it definitely feels like that really, really strongly with Star Rail. And it kind of turns me off here and there. But the game is great, though.
Game in particular. But if you guys don't know, recently I put out a community post for my Yunli and Fox guy content, who I still refuse to say the name of at risk of scrutiny. But basically, I've just been cut off from the creator experience server, which, if you guys don't know, was an early access server that YouTubers got and some streamers to basically just show off the characters and what they can do.
I remember EO saying that Wuthering Waves needs that for content creators because, you know, CCs are special and deserve to be able to make content early because it's not fair if they can't.
For example, this Jade video right here was before Jade even came out. I got to do this because I got early access to that server. Now, I'd like to say that this early access server is a privilege that people get, and it's not like everyone gets it. And I wasn't the only creator who was cut off this update. There was multiple, but it kind of feels just, I don't know,
man.
like a
Hoyo out here nuking people for no reason, really?
A weird feeling of like unwantedness. It almost feels like there's this luxury that every other creator is getting except me, and there's no reason. I have not been provided a reason, and
He's
for
been
some
a
reason
very
it just
naughty boy.
bitters my taste towards Hoyoverse games as a whole. It's almost like you're playing and covering and making money for a boss who just doesn't like you. It's just a weird feeling, and I've given them
That's like most people's experiences through life, though, isn't it? You know.
ample time to give me an answer, by the way. It's not like I'm speaking out of my ass on this. I've given them 2 weeks to give me any sort of reason, explanation.
And it does suck, though, that they've just kicked him out with no
There's
reasoning
no point in
at all.
speculating. I'll just not make those videos from now on, and I'll just make other stuff for the game. But, man, it's so tough. I don't want to reflect on it too much because it's not an issue of the game, though. It's an issue of something completely separate that's only really an issue for creators, or me in particular, and like 3 or 4 other people. But it is what it is. I'm probably gonna still keep playing the game. It just gave me a bit of a bitter taste towards the game altogether.
Did he make a video saying something that was you know, was taken badly by the powers that be, or was it just kind of a clear out? Was it based on that they were looking around and being like, well, this is not pulling enough views for us or something? I'm kind of curious about that now, actually. I can imagine what he would be as well.
Game I cover most prominently on the channel, and you guys definitely enjoy it the most. I know that for a fact. So no matter what, I'm gonna still keep covering the game. It's just an odd feeling, but
I think as well, Star Rail is the game that people are the most interested in.
Regarding Yunli and the upcoming banners, I do intend to cover those. Although I already said I'm skipping the update myself, I still plan to make Yunli content on other people's accounts. Same thing with Fox Dude, with the help of you guys. So you can expect more content for those characters in the 2.4 update. Anyways, I hope that gave you a little more insight into what the games I'm going to cover on the future of this channel are. And I hope to make more videos like this so we can be more communicative and you guys can have a better understanding of where my head's at. But for today, that's going to be the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to see you all in the next one. Peace.
Alright, good video. I thought he was actually going to talk a little bit more about maybe potential ones filling the spots for, you know, I might drop this game and this one's gonna fill its spot kind of thing. I was hoping that I might potentially get an insight into some of the other games, because again, at the moment, I'm kind of like, I'm playing Zenless, I'm playing Wuthering Waves, but I really want to throw another game in there. I do like Reverse 1999, and I've set up a new account to play that because we started it and we kind of got through the tutorial, so to speak, and then I stopped playing and I've kind of forgot how to play the game. So I was like, you know what, we played for about 40 minutes, so we might as well just start again. And I really want to try out Honkai Impact 3rd, and I want to play Tower of Fantasy as well. I do quite like PGR, but I need to give it another go. And I like Solo Leveling and Rise as well, so it's kind of like between those. I think it's probably most likely going to be either Solo Leveling and Rise, PGR, and potentially Reverse 1999 maybe. As you know, just a little extra one in there that I could just play here and there and stream as well, and maybe make some content on it potentially. But at the moment, I kind of am feeling to try out some different games. You know, I've been getting a feel to like maybe play a little bit of Dying Light 2. I do want to play the Cyberpunk DLC as well. I've been having an itch to restart The Witcher 3. Oh, a game as well that I did download the demo for, Half Sword. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It looks kind of funny though. It's like one of those physics-based brawlers, but it's like, you know, with like, you know, medieval sword fighting and stuff like that. It looks kind of cool. Yeah, I'll show you. I So it's PvP as well, I think, as far as I'm aware. I don't know if the demo is. But it looks like it might be fun, man. I think there's VoIP as well. So, you know, you'll be able to get into some fun on the game. I think it looks kind of cool, man. So there's a demo on Steam right now, actually. I was watching a dude playing earlier, and they had no weapons. They were literally just in like a loincloth, and they were just fucking duking it out.
God, my plea. Have mercy on me. I spared you. Be not the cause of...
Like, dude, I want to play this, man. So we might play this at some point this week, and when it comes out, we might pick it up, actually.
Well, yes.
It looks alright, man. It looks alright. See, I might check that out as well. But I want to play Dying Light 2. I've had the game for ages. I enjoyed the first one. I want to play the second one. I know that they've had a lot of post-launch updates, and apparently, like, a lot of stuff that was problematic when the game came out has been fixed, and it's just had a new update where there's, like, a co-op tower mode, isn't there, I think, where, like, you go through one of the skyscrapers, like, going through each level, like, and dealing with, like, hordes of zombies, and you have to, like, survive and get to the next floor, and then the next floor kind of thing, which it looks kind of interesting. What's going on, DJ Mass Raver as well? I realise that Genshin drama / scandal mostly happens whenever there are filler dead patches. Maybe they're just... Yeah, I think that... To be fair, I think that's just streaming and making content on gacha games anyway, because of the cyclical nature of gacha games and having these massive amounts of content in small, like, slithers and then larger sections of, like, dead air, so to speak. It kind of, like, as a content creator, you end up just, like, either being in drama, I guess, reacting to drama, or just kind of hovering around the edges and watching people fight, cheering it on kind of thing. Which I'm kind of the guy that hovers around the edges, cheering it on and laughing about it. Because it is funny. Some of the drama in the space is funny. Insert giving big shit about video content here. How's it going anyway, though, as well, Cheese? You all good? Discord notifications suck ass, so they're not coming through, are they? So yeah, that game looks cool, man. See, I'm kind of in a little, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I want to play. Pardon me. But I do want to check out Reverse 1999. The game looks cool, and I tried it, and I kind of enjoyed it. Give me a second. What's going on, Ben? I agree. When there's no content in the game, the creators are the content. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a good video. Like I said, I was hoping that it might be a video that kind of give me a heads up on some games that he's enjoying, so I could maybe like focus towards one of those. And be like, okay, let's try that one out then, because it looked kind of cool. Give me a second. I did. I want to check out couple of other videos if I could. Talking
I want to dive in.
About drama and being the kind of guy, you know, the kind of guy that stands around the edges like watching a couple of monkeys fight on a yacht. Let's see what this video is from MTash. This drama just makes me sad. See what it's about.
YouTube, what's going on? I want to talk about some drama. I want to dive into some drama. I actually want to talk about talking about drama. All right, I want
Okay, are we going to be talking about somebody talking about people getting involved in drama? Okay, let's talk about talking about drama then. Again, the gacha space, like, well, not like no other, but it just feels like there's so much dumb drama in the gacha space. There's drama in all communities, but there's usually a little bit of substance to the drama in a lot of other communities. In the gacha space, it's just like, dude, what are we even arguing about here? This is wild. But I get it. It's the cycle of the games, and it makes sense, I guess.
Want to talk about talking about it. If I talk about drama, if I make videos about a creator or a game or that hot new drama, I feel like it's this weird slippery slope where I have to keep talking about it or talk.
Oh, I think you do. I think once you put yourself into the fight, especially if you're injecting yourself into the drama against somebody else, or not even just, okay, well, I do it. I kind of just, like I said, I watch from their sides, cheering it on and kind of laughing at some other people going at each other over stupid stuff. But I think if you actually get involved in the situation, you kind of, it is a slippery slope because you will obviously get rebuttals. You're going to have to defend yourself against those rebuttals, and you're going to get into circular arguments potentially and just going backwards and forwards and all this sort of stuff. And then as well, for some content creators, it starts to bring them in an audience, and then it's like, well, you know, these people are here for this particular thing. It's like getting an audience on a game, moving on to another game. That audience is not interested. If you're creating an audience that wants that, which is fine, I haven't got a problem with it at all. Some people hate it. It doesn't really bother me. They're going to want more of that as well, aren't they? So you're kind of putting yourself in that position where, you know, you need to go look for some other drama again. And then I just think for me personally, getting involved in that sort of stuff all the time, and it's got to be rough on your mental health, you know?
Talking about the next one or the next one or the next one, and it never stops. And I don't like it. I regret ever even discussing the Atsu, Braxophone, Tectone, all of that drama, because
that's one that I just wasn't interested in, like, even, not that my opinion means anything, because it doesn't even now. I just like to react to stuff on my stream sometimes, not load them to YouTube. But that whole thing, I didn't know what the hell was going on in any way. Like, when I saw people talking about the whole Atsu situation, I still have no idea what the hell went on. I just saw that everybody seemed to be kind of against Atsu and calling him Ratsu, and I was just like, I don't know. And I wasn't interested enough to kind of go back and find out the original context, and it felt like we were in season 2, episode 7, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm not interested. I'm not even going to go back and watch the first season, you know?
Because it just feels like shit. Whether you're on the top or you're on the bottom, it always feels bad. And if you talk about the one, you have to talk about the other. Or you're in bed or in camp with one, that means you hate the other. And it's just this terrible environment. And I want to talk about this because I was on vacation. I was away when some of the Natlan stuff happened, this like whitewashing Natlan stuff. So I looked at it after, and there's a lot of creators.
I did make a video responding to some of that sort of stuff. I ain't going to go into it. You can check the video out. It's on my channel.
Talking about this stuff. Dish was talking about it. A bunch of people saying, hey, you're using a lot of like the themes and even names of like Africa, but all the characters are white. It's kind of weird, bro. And I didn't really talk about it, even though I can recognize like, damn, that's kind of crazy. I didn't talk about it. And so by not talking about it, I'm complicit. And I'm defending it. And it's like, what the fuck? That's the issue. Is if you talk about...
When it comes to those sort of things, there's always going to be those sort of people who have that sort of attitude of silence is violence, and they're just stupid. I think if you don't want to get into that sort of stuff, it's best just to not get involved with it, because there's got to be people who have just got an opinion that if you don't agree with them on all of those things, then it just means you're basically a racist, or you're enabling those sort of viewpoints to be spread, kind of thing. And my whole viewpoint was that if you really need representation in a game, you're probably best not playing a Chinese game. I'm just saying, read into what you will from that, but I just think it's probably better playing a Western game, if I'm honest, because you're more likely to get a little bit more representation, whatever group you're from, you know? It's just saying, you're not going to get it from Hoyo.
Out this drama, if you get involved in it and you put a position out there, if you put an opinion out there, everyone expects you to have an opinion on everything.
It's true.
But if
To a
you
degree, I
don't
guess.
put your opinion out there, well, you're just a bad person. I hate it. All I really want to do is make guides. Even if my channel dies into obscurity, I find it fun making guides. But the thing is, I feel like, especially in the gacha community, like everyone expects you to talk about every other thing. Io. I've talked to Io a few different times. I brushed up on what ended up happening here.
Dude, that whole situation was hilarious to me, man. Like, I started watching that video before he got took down as a members only video. I just thought it was kind of hilarious. It wasn't deep, man. People were getting like people get so angry about things that don't matter. Don't get me wrong. He had some stupid ass takes, in my opinion. But like, people get their panties in such a twist. He didn't say anything that was, oh my God, this dude deserves to be destroyed. And I think most people took that, you know, adult take of, okay, probably wasn't best to speak the way you spoke about particular things in the video, but it's just not that deep, man. It's just not that deep. And that shit carried on for ages. It seems to have settled down a little bit now. But yeah, dude got negative edged off the internet for a while, so.
I looked at some different things from the community on what ended up happening here. And at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like it's like not this super crazy thing that I need to put my opinion on and either crucify the guy or defend the guy. But again, if I don't talk about it, it's like people put words in your mouth anyways. If I do talk about it, it's like,
Fuck him. If you've got that attitude that you just want to make guides, and I'm not, you know, he's entitled to say this. He's obviously venting, I guess, about this. Fuck him, man. Just make guides, dude. Ignore it. You know, if you do not want to get yourself involved in drama, don't do it. Don't speak on it. You know, I don't like to get involved in drama. I like to react to stuff sometimes. I suppose that's involving yourself in some way. But at the end of the day, it's all public. I think everybody has a right to be able to be like, oh, okay, let's have a look at this and let me give my opinion. If you don't want to, though, just keep doing what you do, man.
Why does my opinion matter? But if I talk about this, I gotta talk about the next guy, and the next girl, and the next VTuber, and the next one, and then it's like, I don't want to. I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to see if my DPS is increased, or if a character looks cool, or like whatever it is. It feels like this endless treadmill of you have to keep going and defending or attacking everything. And I want to give you a good example because it's happening right now.
Tribalism, man. It's just tribalism. People love to have their opinion, I guess, backed up and certified by a content creator. That's all that's about. But yeah, again, just fucking dude. I wouldn't even let those people get into your head. You know, if you want to make a video talking about a specific thing, drama, whatever it is that's going on, and you want to, because it's, I don't know, it's annoyed you, or it's just something you feel like reacting to, you know, or even if you think it's just going to get you some views, react to it and ignore the other things. You don't have to. People want to call you whatever. Just let them do it. Just let them do it. Just do what you want to do.
So recently,
it's not that deep. It's really not that deep.
Got canceled, and the allegations are that he was talking.
These are the sort of drama, even though they're more serious than that I don't really like, because there's so many people put their opinions out there and information out there, and I don't feel like I can add to that, or I've got the ability to put myself across eloquently enough when there's potential for serious real life ramifications to individuals. I just don't feel like I need to get involved with that sort of stuff. It's like all the stuff that's going on with Mr. Beast and all that sort of stuff now. It's like there's a lot of people out there already putting the 2 cents in, and I don't feel like I need to. I just like talking about and reacting to like funny video game drama sometimes, because at the end of the day, it's just not that deep, you know? And people can't really get, well, they will, but you don't need to worry about them getting that mad at you over it, because at the end of the day, it just doesn't really matter. This sort of stuff's a bit different because it has real life, you know, implications and serious stuff going on. Then it's just like, yeah, that's just, I'm going to stay away from that.
Talking to a minor, an underage person. He was doing some flirtation, some sexual flirtation, all right? And a lot of people crucified the doc. And I never made a video about the doc. I never talked about it. Obviously, I think it's bad, you know? I don't condone it. But I never made a video about it. So anyone who looks at me is like, oh, well, how come you didn't crucify the doc? And it's like, well, obviously I do. Like, obviously I just don't want to, like...
See, like, that there, maybe he's just getting one guide or something, because that there, as a normal adult, you should look at that if somebody said that to you, and just be like, I'm going to ignore that. Unless you've made specific content on other people, and you've really gone after them, and then you choose to ignore certain people because, I don't know, maybe you just don't want to cover it. But people then will probably like, well, wait a minute, why are you so adamant to cover this person and then not this person? That's why I think this sort of stuff is best just to stay away from, because it's like actually serious stuff. And it's just, I just don't think it's worth it, man. You know, it's just serious negative energy. I like to just talk about funny stuff going in video games because it's not that big.
Like, talk about it. I don't want to put my 500th opinion out into the void for everyone.
For real.
To be like, yeah, don't text minors. Like, no shit. But the thing is if you crucified Doc and the Cody Co situation happens just a week or two later saying that he...
Who the fuck is Cody Co? See, this is how I say out to this sort of shit. I don't know who the fuck that is. I don't even want to know either.
Slept with Tana...
Okay, alright, he's gonna tell us. Tana Mongo, whatever her name is, Mojo. God, alright.
Mojo, who's like an underage person. It's like, well, now you have to crucify Cody Co. He did the same thing, or even worse, arguably. You gotta crucify him. And it's like, well, obviously this one's bad too. Like, no duh. Like, obviously it's bad. And it just feels like this treadmill of unhappiness that I don't want to be a part of, even if it...
Yeah, but this is serious drama, though. I can totally understand MTash not wanting to be involved in this, and I can totally understand him not wanting to be involved in any level of drama, really. But this, to me, when people start talking about this sort of stuff and equate it to drama, I don't think this is drama. This is like, whatever the allegations are, I don't know. I don't know this situation. Like I says, I don't really want to know. The Doc situation, the big Mr. B situation. To me, that's not drama. You know, drama's like, oh, somebody's mad that so-and-so said that this game is trash, and oh, somebody said that this guy's a fucking idiot because his views on this game don't align with his views, and everybody's arguing over it now, or, oh, you know, there's this game developer's seen as, oh, racist because they haven't, you know, that sort of stuff to me, even though I suppose that stuff's a bit more serious, but there's not actually, like, a real victim there. I know there's people's feelings, you know, which perception's everything. But you know, this is like, these are criminal shit, like, these are crimes, like, and it's just totally different, man.
Gets views. It's like, oh my god, I just don't want to. And then another week later is like with the Mr. Beast stuff and Ava Chris Tyson coming out with, there's like texts of like flirtatious comments or beyond that with some minors talking about like lolly porn, stuff like that. It's like,
I feel like this video is he's kind of going against everything he said here. He said, I don't want to talk about all this stuff. And then he's gone on to specifically like talk about multiple different situations that are beyond gaming drama. You know, there are like serious allegations and serious things going on. It's kind of like self-sabotage here, dude. Like, what are you doing, man?
Obviously, a lot of this stuff is heinous. And if you talked about Doc, you gotta talk about this one, or else, oh, well, what? You guys crucified the Doc, how come you're not crucifying this person? And at the end of the day, there's 1 billion people in the world. Well, there's actually more than that.
There's 1 billion people in China, so there's definitely more than that.
Actually 7 billion people. There's a bunch of idiots. There's a bunch of shitty people. And it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna be here all day. And I guess that's
why, man, just keep it to game stuff, you know? Like, it's just light-hearted at the end of the day, like the old IO situation. You know, people were crucifying him to the point where he made that video members only, but it's not that deep. It was just his opinions on a video game community, and seeing himself as that guy. You know, that video was hilarious, like, filled with ego and, you know, just terrible takes. But at the end of the day, it was just like, you know what? It's not like a reason to hate the dude. Like, a lot of the stuff I like to react to is just like, okay, this guy's talking shit, but whatever. This sort of stuff, though, man, just forget about it, dude. I don't know why you even mentioned it, man. Like, it's kind of wild.
That's why people
started off on talking about IO and went straight into, like, serious criminal allegation stuff. And, you know, that like kind of conflating drama with real serious stuff.
Do it. It's an endless money cheat. It is an endless view cheat. If you talk about the one, you could talk about the next. Brothers, I could milk this stuff for days. I could milk it all. I could have made 15 videos on all these things, but it's like, it's soul sucking. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me happy. It just makes me feel sad. Reading up on these stories, knowing that people got abused, knowing that people were victimized, knowing that people of power used that power and hurt people. Doesn't that suck to hear about?
Of course it does, dude. I'm still like flabbergasted how we started off on IO talking about cara cancelling and negative edging into like sexual allegations. Like, this video went west fast.
It's not drama.
It's
not juicy drama. It's sad.
Okay, so I think his audience or whoever's been saying these things to him, he's conflating what drama is then, or he's misconstruing what people have said to him. You know, I don't even think you need to make this video really talking about that. Like, I'd just ignore it and just, you know, keep doing what you're doing. You know, like I said, again, to me, dramas, stuff going on in the gaming industry that might have, I guess, there might be real world ramifications in the, you know, the Natland stuff, people feeling emotionally betrayed, not represented, and that hurting their feelings, you know, whatever it might be, you know, a banner kind of rug pulling on people, and people have spent money and a character gets nerfed post freaking banner right before another banner. I guess there's real world ramifications there that, oh, somebody spent money that they might be wouldn't have, but kind of at the end of the day, that's on you for playing gacha games in the first place. And I'll play gacha games as well. You know, not as serious. I have myself spoken about the Honkai Star Rail voice actor situation. That was a little bit more serious, but it was pertaining to Star Rail as well, and the whole situation going on with how Hoyo have kind of been just catching L's recently. Yeah, like, this sort of stuff, this isn't drama at all, and that wasn't drama really. That was, you know, that was serious allegations about somebody. It's just that the reason I spoke about it and reacted to it was because it, you know, it's in the gaming sphere in that sense. I know Doc is a streamer and a gaming streamer, but that, to me, that's totally separate from gaming, man. That's got nothing to do with gaming. That's some shit that just isn't drama. And there's no point even trying to conflate the two or compare them, really.
Yeah, I'm just like a soft little baby. I don't know. Maybe I am too soft for this freaking content creator space. I get emotional over stuff, man. I get emotional when people say mean things. I get emotional when, you know, I can't help it. And the last thing I want to do is repeatedly feed into all of the world news and the world drama. There's so many things I've muted online to protect my own mental health. Because if I have to see one more thing about the election in the US, I'm gonna snap.
Dude, I'm not even from the US, and that shit does my head in sometimes. Sometimes it's funny, because, like, Americans and politics can be hilarious, but it can also be insane. So I can understand what he's saying there. I do get what he's saying, I really do. I think this video would have been best just to stay in the drafts, potentially. Not saying it's a bad video with really bad takes. I just think that I don't know how many people in the gaming space are asking him to react to that sort of content. It's obviously enough that's made him make this video. You know, sometimes us content creators, not comparing myself to people like MTash, my channel's tiny, I don't get many views, but you can get one guy. Sometimes somebody, just that one person, will say something and it's like, fuck, I feel like I need to respond to that. When you don't, you know? And I think sometimes you feel like it's amplified when it's not many people at all. It's maybe one or two people. Yeah, I can't imagine how many people in gacha really want you to be talking about that sort of stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's a crossover of views. I know that people like Tectone talk about a lot more serious stuff sometimes, and I know Asman does as well, which is totally fair. So I guess maybe if there's a crossover there, there's potentially some people who are like, well, what do you think about this? And I think it's totally fair to just be like, you know, I don't want to react to that sort of stuff. But it kind of has in a way in this video. Yeah. Let's get on.
If I have to hear one more time about our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and how much people hate him.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's Canadian, isn't he? He's a Canuck. I forgot. I thought he was. I remember now when he's talking about the ping situation. I keep defaulting. It's hard sometimes. The accent is slightly different, but it's hard sometimes. Whenever I hear a North American accent, I just think, oh, you know, they're American. And I know Welsh people and Scottish people get this from Americans sometimes, don't they? Like, and they'll be like, oh, you're English, and they don't like that.
If I have to see one more sticker that says F Trudeau, all this stuff, like, it just drives me crazy. I just feel sad. I just feel bad. And so I avoid a lot of different things that are controversial because I have them muted. I have anything to do with, like, gender or race, guns, political, anything muted. Because even if there's one great story about it, there's 5,000 people hating on a gender, hating on a race, pro-gun, and don't care about kids getting killed. You know, like, I know that I'm talking about some pretty wild stuff here. But
you really are. Like, I thought this was all just going to be about, like, hey, did you hear what this dude said about this other content creator? And it's made me a little bit sad, man. He was really mean. Dude, we got into some, like, serious, like, real geopolitical social issues. Did not expect it.
But the world is full of these, like, heinous things. And no one talks about the good news. The algorithms are built to enrage you.
I don't necessarily, I suppose, in a way. I don't necessarily think they're built to enrage you. I think they're built to engage you. You like my little saying there? And I just think that anger and frustration engages people more, doesn't it? You know, it like, go back to things like reviews. Very rarely do you see people giving glowing positive reviews or go out the way to do so, but people will go out the way to give a negative review because that's just how humans are. You know, negative attention is going to drive more than positive because that's just how we are as a species. And I think algorithms tend to reflect us rather than the algorithm deciding for us. Now, I'm not saying that algorithms aren't designed in particular ways because we all know they are. They definitely are. But I do think we can't, like, absolve ourselves from responsibility altogether because humans do go looking for that sort of stuff as well and do tend to share it a little bit more when they're angry rather than when they see something that makes them feel warm and fuzzy. It's the same on Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, something that annoys people, that they're a lot more likely to be like, I'm going to share this, and then somebody else shares it, and then somebody else needs to argue with somebody else about it in the comment section. But if there's a fluffy cat video, most people are not going to be, like, really generating a conversation in the comment section about how cute and cuddly this cat is, you know what I mean? But I do, the algorithms are definitely tweaked to, I think, like, work with us in that way a little bit. It's kind of like symbiotic. I don't think it's all on the algorithm, but, you know, I agree with him, but at the same time, I just wanted to add that to it as well.
Videos that are negative do better than videos that are positive. And the fact that this video is called drama, 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 and essentially I'm against it, I guarantee someone clicked on this because they're like, ho, 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 what is M-Tash gonna crucify today? It's this weird limbo of, like, I know I could get more views reacting to every little thing, but I just don't know if I want to do that and if I'll be unhappy doing it.
I think it's obviously you would do, and I think it's best not to. If you're making a living doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, bro. If you're able to pay the bills and you're able to enjoy yourself, keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's working for you. Don't, like, put yourself into a position where you're going to feel bad. At the end of the day, life's too short to be chasing cash or extra cash. Money's important. We've all got to put the, you know, freaking put food in the fridge and keep the lights on. Get it. But at the end of the day, one thing I've learned over the years is that money is borrowed, time isn't. It comes and goes, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, being happy is the most important commodity in currency going. And I get it, you know, there'll be base people who are like, whoa, happiness can't fucking feed ya. Get it. There's a baseline. I understand that. But if you're able to feed yourself and do things that you want to do, I think, you know, there's some people are different. They want to do everything and that makes them happy. Fair dues. Do what you want to do. But I think, you know, to chase that extra bit of dollar, if it's going to make you sad, dude, just don't do it, man. Just do what makes you happy. That's all I'd say. M-Tash seems like a decent dude. I haven't watched much of his content. I know he had that big falling out with Tecton. But it does seem like, you know, he seems like just a chill, normal dude. And just keep doing what you're doing, man. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Keep asking for my opinion, and it's like, as a creator, sometimes I feel like I'm letting people down because I'm not giving them my opinion or my stance on things.
Nah.
But is my brain and happiness more valuable than money?
Definitely.
No! Drama videos tomorrow, starting tomorrow. It's 2 p.m. EST.
July was a pretty solid.
I like that I did. Yeah, you know, again, yeah, man.
I want to dive into some.
You know what I mean? Most people who are like seriously old and super rich would probably give up majority of, if not all their money, to be young again. You know? So, gotta look after yourself. And if doing what you're doing is making you feel bad and not good, and it's making you sad and you're frustrated and you feel bad about yourself as well, you know, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. Nobody else has. So I'll just keep doing what you do, man. But yeah, that video went seriously left. I just thought he was going to be talking about some light-hearted drama that was kind of funny that I think could be funny, and he was actually thinking wasn't, and it went a little bit dark. And I don't know necessarily why he made it. I understand sometimes as a content creator, you like to just vent and it feels good, but sometimes I think with these sort of videos, just make the video, record it, say it, and just leave it in the drafts, you know? Because sometimes that's just enough for you. I've done it myself in the past where I've wanted to really rant about something, but I'm like, nobody's going to want to listen to this. This is just going to piss people off as well. And I think sometimes it's cathartic to just sit down, record it, have a whinge about something, and then just leave it, you know? It's almost like talking to somebody in a way, and just leave it in the drafts or upload it to a second channel. I don't know. Yeah, M-Tash video, check him out. He's a good dude. Go show some love. I want to watch another one more video, and then we're going to play some Wuthering Waves. Let's check this one out. Artist targeted by unhinged VTubers. Okay. This is the sort of juicy stuff I want to see. This is why I only look at my following tab on Twitter and not the For You tab. Yeah, dude, Twitter is a cesspit, bro. Absolute cesspit. It is one of the worst places on the internet. And I think it's got even worse. It's always been terrible. I think it's worse on both sides now because I think Elon Musk has took over and made it so everybody can be equally as bad. But I think just the whole blue checkmark situation, there's never any like funny conversations under funny content now. It's just somebody else trying to post their content underneath to try and get views, and then there's some OnlyFans girl underneath, and then another OnlyFans girl underneath, and then that one dude saying, how far do you have to scroll to get to a real comment? And it's like, oh, I ain't seen that one before. Where sometimes I am on Twitter and I think, dude, how is this app still free? Because there's some hilarious shit. But it is such a cesspit of a website. It's just like, it's where the last brain cells go to die. It's just the worst of the worst, arguing with each other all the time on Twitter. It's absolutely AIDS, man. It is. Although I still do have a Twitter. But I don't really post on it now. I share my streams from time to time. That's about it. But I don't even really post on it. I just like to laugh at funny stuff that's on there sometimes. But it's getting less and less now. Seem to see stuff on there that makes me chuckle less and less as the days go by. And it is kind of one of those sites where it's just like, this is draining. So I do understand where M-Tash is coming from all that stuff. But anyway, let's check out this video from Rev Says Desu, artist targeted by unhinged VTubers over problematic posts. Okay, a bit of problematic postage. Let's have a look.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here. So today we're going to cover some big...
Dude, I've watched one of his videos before. It still catches me. The anime VTuber girl with the voice, it's just... It doesn't match up in my head, man. It's not working.
VTuber and art-related drama. But first, it is the end of the month, and that means my advanced GG code is now boosted until August 4th. Use code REV30 to get 30% off your advanced GG order. Consider using it on my official flavor jar, Rocket Pop flavor, that has recently returned, to save a good chunk of money on that. All the information for this will be in the pinned comment. So we're going to talk about Kevin today. Kevin is an artist who is a lightning rod for forced controversy and virtue signaling from Twitter.
Dude, that bio, live 2D Papa, I do bouncy rigs, new VTuber asset art and rig weekly.
users. He is someone we have talked about multiple times on this channel. We're going to do it once again today. So Kevin is an artist who makes
I agree, Cheese. I do agree. That's why you won't see me doing it all the time. Sometimes I just like to react to just stuff that's going on in gaming. Then now and again a title will just like be like, okay, I'm interested. This title's piqued my interest.
VTuber assets and also rigs VTuber models, including for some people who are very popular.
Dude, I don't want to call out VTuber artists now. Not so much VTubers. I don't want to, but I suppose I'm going to. Why is there so many people who create this sort of art that just end up being a little bit weird? Is it just me? You know? Like, these people are talented, but there seems to be quite a lot of them that are just really weird, man, you know?
Popular, like Mint Maid, Matara-Khan, and even Iron Mouse.
And obviously not everybody, of course. I bet there is some sound of mind people out there. I just see there seems to be a lot of weirdos in the space.
And recently, Kevin made this post, which would spark a ton of drama. So it's captioned, "Do you like chubby fit Mitsuri?" And you can see his character right here, obviously inspired from Demon Slayer. But there'd be a lot of controversy surrounding this use of the phrase chubby fit and what that means. And
is this going to be people really getting mad that the dude called her chubby? Please tell me this is what it's going to be, because this is cinema. This is cinema. Let me move my camera so you guys can see that a second there. The fact that somebody has to like follow up with this response. Guys, he's not saying she's chubby. He's saying she's chubby fit. Chubby fit is very common in skinny girls who have a little bit of tummy and thick thighs. Why do people feel like that they've got to like, oh my god, man, people are way too sensitive nowadays about that sort of stuff.
Kevin would clarify, saying this is what he really meant by the use of that phrase. Basically, it's a skinny girl who has a little bit of a tummy or thicker thighs. However, you can see that there's nearly 4,000 quotes, most of them negative, on this post. What is going on here? Well, this isn't just about criticism of that use of the phrase chubby fit. This goes way beyond into dog.
Are you not allowed to say chubby bunny anymore? Is it an insult to the bunnies? It's like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. They're chubby fit, bro. Come on. Hey, listen. You're fat shaming them now.
Piling and virtue signaling about this post and the artist who made it. And here's a good example of how disingenuous and hypocritical a lot of this outrage is. You have this VTuber saying, "I probably got blocked for politely asking him not to advertise sexual VTuber assets using an underage character to model for it. You know, so people don't accidentally promote / like sexualizing underage characters." And of course, Curry Renji here with the great screenshots. "Your likes may be private, but screenshots are forever." And as he points out on this VTuber's other account, they do furry art, and they also have underage characters being sexualized in the likes of that account too, making them a giant hypocrite. But here is the top replies to Kevin's post. You can see this is not curated, this is just the top group.
I wouldn't consider her chubby, to be honest. Fit would fit more. Looking at the character design, I wouldn't necessarily use the word fit unless you're using it as in the description of, like, in the UK, when a girl's attractive, people like to go, man, she's fit. They don't necessarily mean she's incredibly athletic and has lots of stamina and will be able to run a marathon. They mean, man, she's attractive, you know? She's peng, she's fit. Which I wouldn't really use that terminology, because when you say somebody looks fit, I would say they'd probably look very lean, potentially abs showing, you know? And I know that doesn't necessarily mean that because your abs are showing you're more fit than somebody who might carry a little bit of visceral body fat. Of course, that's not how human anatomy works. Fitness, you can carry a little bit of weight and be a lot fitter than somebody who's a lot slimmer. Of course you can. But visually, you'd typically look at somebody who is lean and be like, well, they're probably fit. Probably not as well nowadays, but, you know, there's a good chance that they're more likely to be fit than somebody who's overweight, of course. This body is not chubby. It's normal and healthy body. Labeling as such perpetrates harmful stereotypes and unrealistic beauty standards. Posts like this is the reason so many people have body issues. Dude, like, if you're getting wrapped up in your own body issues from a freaking drawing of a VTuber, you've got issues. Did you see the size of her tits? Like, surely that's going to make freaking women be a little bit more like, damn, I'm never going to have freaking tatters like that. You know? The idea that, like, oh my God, it's just wild. That it was a healthy looking body, I guess. I mean, it was a fucking drawing for one. But to call somebody chubby is not like a derogatory term in my eyes. I guess it's supposed how you look at it, but carrying a little bit of extra fat is definitely not what I would call fit. And I don't see, you know, this chubby fit look is kind of a derogatory description of a character. You know, it's like saying she's thick. People don't like see a problem with that. It's describing the same thing, really. It's just that people like the word thick because it's seen as a positive sexual terminology. Do you know what I mean? Girls love to be called thick. You know, oh man, look, dude, look how thick she is. But the second a dude says, man, she's carrying in a little bit of meat on her, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You can't say that. I think it needs more chub. That this is still so skinny. People on Twitter calling this chubby is the reason why I have body image issues as a size S, small, extra small. That's, if you're getting body image issues off anime drawings, then I think you've got deeper issues, in my opinion. Honestly, I really do. I wouldn't consider this chubby. It's a great design, but would need more to be considered chubby. No, chubby isn't there. No, chubby isn't there, so can't say it is.
Here, all of them having thousands of likes and all attacking.
See what I said about Twitter? It's where the last brain cells go to die. They go to argue with each other and fizzle out. It's just like, what are people arguing with here? What are they arguing about? This is just, oh my God, it's wild.
The same
I love it
thing.
though.
They're all saying this character is not chubby. And one thing you can say is right off the bat, they're arguing over a phrase he didn't use. He used the phrase chubby fit, but every single person here has removed fit from that equation, and now they're arguing about what is actually chubby. And you can see some people have a very subjective view of what makes
Dude, even if you said chubby, like, what the hell?
a character chubby. Some people in the quotes are trying to claim this is chubby.
No, that's not chubby. That's definitely not chubby. That's more than chubby.
But if you look at this comment right here, I want to single this one out for a second. They say, this body's not chubby. It is a normal and healthy body. Labeling it as such perpetuates harmful stereotypes and unrealistic beauty standards. Posts like this are the reason so many people have body issues. Now, I get what they're trying to say here, and I mean this with like...
I think the main reason a lot of people have body issues, a lot of people, the majority, not all, obviously, self-visual issues, you know, with your own identity of how you look is a problem. I get it. Everybody goes through it. We all want to look better in ourselves, you know? And I think even if you look good and you've got a good physique and you look after yourself, you get it from going to the gym. You start hitting the gym to look a little bit better, and then you end up with freaking body dysmorphia because you're like, dude, I ain't as big as this guy, and you look in the mirror all the time and you're like, I look skinny, and you want to be more jacked, and this is where a lot of lads start taking steroids because they want that, it never ends. But I think a lot of people do have body issues because a lot of people, especially in the West, are just out of shape, you know? They're just out of shape. They don't look after themselves. They don't do enough exercise. They eat too much. I do it myself. I'm out of shape at the minute. I've been going back to the gym and I lost a lot of weight again, and I've put a little bit back on, and I can't be like, well, I've got body issues because I'm sick and tired of seeing freaking dudes on Love Island with six packs. It's like, that's not the reason why for me. It's because I know that I've made choices that have allowed me to look a little bit less than, you know, optimal. And I guess, I know, as you get older, that's a thing that's a little bit less in your control. But, you know, and I do think there is a small section of people who, no matter what they do, will have issues regarding outside stimulus. But I think that's more of issues that are going on with them, and they need to work through those to stop letting that sort of thing affect them so much, you know? But I think if you're genuinely getting issues with the way you look off somebody's drawings, I think you need to go touch grass.
No flame. I'm not trying to flame this person, but the second you start comparing your real life body to an anime character, you lost. Like, you're gonna be disappointed. They're not realistic. Of course, they're hyper fit or made in a certain way because
I'm out of shape, but I'm losing weight though. Lost 9 pounds so far. Well done, man. Well done. You're doing the right thing. You know, you're doing the right thing. It's always good to try and lose a little bit of extra weight. You know, I think most people, like I say, in the West, and even if you're not, like I said again, just because somebody looks lean doesn't mean they're fit. I think most people, especially in the West, need to do more activity just for the cardiovascular system, minus all the fats and being overweight issues and your joints, but your cardiovascular system, you know.
They're drawings. You can make them as perfect as you want. So this is a bad standard to work with. But while some users had some, you know, reasonable attempts at an argument here, like they're not trying to be super disrespectful, if you go to
It's like, bro, I'm sick and tired of like Marvel comics, man. Because, like, that's why I've got a bad body image. I'm never going to look like Captain America. Like, what am I supposed to do? Superman looks ripped, bro? This is why I've got a body image issue?
Quotes, you see crazy stuff. You see dozens of posts like this. This user saying, I think we should kill all men at this point. This person saying, game end yourself. This person...
See, isn't it wild? Again, this is Twitter, so it's expected that people think, oh, you can't make people feel bad about using the word chubby, as if it was directed at them anyway, when it wasn't. It was directed at a fake drawing, a made-up drawing. These people are going to the level of, you should go kill yourself. This is Twitter. This is Twitter. Cinema.
Person saying, I'm going to take my life in front of you. This person saying, chubby in quotes, just tell me to game end myself. This person saying, this is why women keep getting diagnosed with eating disorders. So you look at these quotes and there's...
I don't think that's why women keep getting diagnosed with eating disorders. I think that's because teenage girls spend a lot of time on things like Instagram. I would argue, I'm not an expert, but I don't think most teenage girls are looking at anime drawings and going, I need to look like that. They're probably on Instagram seeing the amount of photoshopped images that women are putting out. And that's where they're getting a little bit of body dysmorphia from, because they're like, I need to look like that, knowing full well they're never going to look like that. It's like the photoshopped images of men. It's like men who follow bodybuilders who are on so much gear it could kill an elephant, but, you know, they get body dysmorphia themselves, because it's like, you're never going to look like that dude. He's on serious amounts of tren. You know what I mean? His tren has blood in it. It's not his blood has tren in it, you know? So it's just like, that I think that's such a disingenuous argument. But then again, it's Twitter, so, you know, I'm arguing against a mute point here, really.
Dozens like that, and you're like, wait a second. This isn't just about criticism of the term chubby fit and how it was applied to that character. There's something going on here that's way beyond this. And this whole thing, the amount of reaction that Kevin has gotten for this post, is the result of dogpiling. People want to dogpile on him because it is the flavor of the month. Going after Kevin is something that people see as popular and
it makes them feel part of a tribe as well, doesn't it? You know, that's the new thing nowadays. People don't want to feel part of a group, even though, you know, tribalism in itself is it's in human nature, but it's inherently negative from the start of humanity. It's got its positives, but it's inherently negative as well, because look at what's happened through tribalism through the history. But people love nowadays, especially to be in the tribe that's considered the other, that's considered downtrodden, and people are so desperate to get themselves into those spaces nowadays, aren't they, to seem like they are somehow, you know, badly treated by society, whatever it might be now. And it's got to the point where it's like so silly. People are coming up with all these different things of like, well, this is why I've got this issue, you know, and it's just like, no, I think you've got an issue because you need to get off the fucking internet a little bit more, man, and go out, you know, go touch grass, you know what I mean? Go get some freaking vitamin D, man.
Safe. And they do it for clout and attention. So it's very obvious, and it's reflected in a lot of the responses like this. So this user captured a screenshot of a tweet that's now deleted from another VTuber where they say, I am begging the VTuber community to stop using him, Kevin, for rigging just because of Iron Mouse. I blocked him so long ago for the whistle, and now this stuff comes up. And we're gonna hear a lot of conversation about this whistle asset in just a second here. So here's another VTuber saying this. The chubby model drama with Kevin is pretty obvious. He's trying to distract with his new Mitsuri model. So everyone...
Dude, how wild is that? I don't know what they're going on about this previous stuff. The idea that somebody's going to distract from a situation that they've got themselves into before by calling a drawing chubby fit. The idea that that's where the social talking point is, that people go, well, you know, he used that term to distract us from this other thing. It's like, what the hell? Dude, man, we are fucked, you know. We're fucked.
Forgets about his previous lolicon models / assets he's done in the past. Like, remember the R-word whistle assets? Why make that in the first place? And then this user says his work is abhorrent. People need to be shamed for stuff like this. So there were...
What, so it was a... Oh, okay, I get it. That's what kind of whistle it was. Okay, that's a little bit weird, though. That is a little bit weird, if I'm honest. But then again, though, I do feel like that people who create this sort of stuff... And I'm not talking about the VTubers that create this sort of stuff for VTubers. A lot of them tend to be a bit weird. I think if you spend all day drawing anime girls in you know, scenarios, I just feel like there's a good potential and a good crossover that you're going to be a little bit odd.
Referring to an asset that Kevin made a few months ago, this sus buzzer asset. So what's this all about? Well, this came from the music video Lolly God Requiem by Shigure Ui, a very popular and well-liked VTuber. This video that the asset is inspired by has over 100
Bro, we are going into the rabbit hole today. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
million views on YouTube. But people are not calling out Shigure Ui, who made this video, and this buzzer that inspired the asset, because that would get them backlash. Instead, they attack Kevin for his asset that's inspired by...
Well, that's a thing nowadays. Selective outrage, isn't it? You know, it's just selective outrage. People will let things slide with a lot of people. If they like them, it's okay. If they don't like them, it's not okay. This is why it's a modern thing. Well, it's not a modern thing. Humans have always been like it, but it's so bad nowadays in that people can never see that sometimes people they like can have bad takes and people that dislike can have good takes. They'll never allow it, and it's an extreme version of tribalism. Selective outrage is it's just common, isn't it? You know, it's nothing new.
By this video because it is safe. They think they can say whatever they want about Kevin because they want to join in on the dog pile, and it's very obvious.
Holy shit, I just noticed 105 million views. Damn!
Their standards are very skewed. They will not call out Shigure Ui, the video that has over 100 million views, but they will very happily call out Kevin. Now, continuing on in that conversation, this person says, yeah, hope he stops getting work from VShojo at this point.
I remember when this term, riggers for, you know, people who make rigging, became a real thing that people were getting mad about that term's being used because it sounds like another word, but it's clearly not. But people were like, well, it's racist, but it's like, why? Because you associate that word with that, which is kind of weird in itself. Dude, the internet and man, Twitter, oh my God.
This is disgusting. And then the VTuber response saying, it would be so embarrassing for @IronMouse tagging her to get any other assets or models from him when they have such better choices in artists and riggers. So here is the issue here. It's not just about fair criticism of the term chubby fit, like I said. Now they're trying to literally hurt his bottom dollar. They're trying to hurt him financially by shaming people like IronMouse so they won't work with him anymore. That is insane. Now,
This is just a Western thing, though, like I said. This is what people were doing, they were trying to do with Genshin and the whole Natlan situation. And it's just not going to work because they're a Chinese company. It works in the West because people know if they try and shout loud enough, Western companies and Western public figures will just fold, you know, faster than a cheap deck chair because they can't have the mob baying for the blood and they can't have that negative publicity, even if it's just not true or it's totally left field, totally like an extreme viewpoint. If enough people shout it over and over again, they'll just fold, won't they? But this is what I was saying, that when it came down to the whole situation with the Natlan drama situation with Genshin, that if you feel like that, you're better off just playing another game because at the end of the day, the Chinese companies are going to look after the Chinese base, and the Chinese base are kind of how they are, and it's just not going to change. And I think hoping that maybe boycotting the game, the few thousand people that might, is going to change anything. It's just not. It's just not.
I don't know IronMouse, but from the way she has publicly carried herself over the years, I think she would be very, very offended by what you're trying to do here. You are trying to shame her into basically bending to your will because you have an issue with some of the assets, the fictional assets that Kevin has made. And again, you are within your right to not like those things and to be disgusted by whatever it is, whether it's like the fact that he uses the Marin Kitagawa model for some of his assets or the assets themselves. It's fine not to like those things, but just block and move on. But instead of blocking and moving on, you try to attack, shame, and financially hurt him, which is ridiculous. It goes too far.
Did this person have this viewpoint prior to the chubby fit comment now? I'm going to hazard a guess that probably not, you know? And I'm probably certain of the reason why, but I'm not going to say it. So, you know, let's carry on.
Far. But this whole thing of blocking and moving on, even the people who are either being blocked by Kevin or blocking Kevin themselves are still adding to the dog pile. So this artist right here says, since this is trending, I guess I should share my experience. We were mutuals and he blocked me just for commenting on his post where it was revealed.
Share my experience, as if they're sharing their experience about like a, you know, an interaction with the person in real life that was potentially, you know, serious. You know what I'm talking about. But it was just that they got blocked for making a statement as, oh my God, dude, did you see what he did to me?
That he literally uses rigging templates. Please support riggers who actually rig from scratch. So this is a very odd thing. I've seen a lot of artists comment on this, and they say using templates like this is very common. In fact, it's working smarter, not harder. Like, this is not something that should be used to shame or criticize Kevin. It's a very unfair thing to do, and it's disingenuous. They're only doing this and trying to demonize it because it's Kevin, and they're trying to attack this guy for attention on Twitter. Here's another one where this person said, I kept seeing people blocked by him, so I jokingly checked to see if I was, and I guess I am. I haven't said anything about this creator like once from what I can remember. Maybe a comment from legit.
To me, that's so weird again. Like, you've had no interaction with him, I guess, right? You've seen that he's blocking other people. Let's go check if I'm blocked. Okay, I guess there's some curiosity there. Okay, you're blocked. Why even mention it then? That's just weird, that is, to me.
Months ago, but nothing recent. He has to be looking up his own name and blocking everyone he sees. Not gonna lie, that's childish and cringe as hell. Not everyone's gonna like you, but...
Not gonna lie, like, looking to see if somebody's blocked chat and then parroting that when you find out that they have blocked chat, it's kind of cringe in itself, if you ask me.
He's free.
This whole situation is cringe, though, to be fair. Everybody involved in this is all cringe. I'm sorry, everybody, you know?
To block whoever he wants. I'm not upset since I never followed him. I just find it funny. Yeah, he's free to block whoever he wants, and I'm not upset, but I'm going to make a whole paragraph and a tweet about him blocking me. So people have freedom of association. They can block whoever they want on social media. If they don't want to talk to you, they don't have to talk to you, or they don't want to engage with your content or have you engage with their content, they're free to block you. That is freedom of association. But it's very odd that you're saying it's childish and cringe to block you while making a whole post talking about it. That is childish and cringe. But people would in the comments say, Kevin is nice, so I don't know. And the VTuber responds saying, I don't think he is. He makes inappropriate assets and demonstrates them on an underage character. He practically scams his clients with his rigs. And I've seen him respond to criticism very negatively most of the time. So there's a lot to unpack in a very short statement. So number one, we know what the issue is, okay? It's not about any sort of criticism. It's about the fact that you don't like some of the fictional content he uses with his assets. And on top of that, you make a claim that he is scamming his...
I can understand that, like, you know, if there is these underage characters, you can't go to see this, talking about demonstrating them on underage characters, even though they're not real, it's still weird, that is. I think that is a bit weird, you know? Like I said again, though, I think a lot of people who kind of circle around this sort of stuff anyway and create this sort of art, it's like a lot of the furry stuff gets really weird sometimes, you know? There's a reason why a lot of people have got, like, negative connotations of furries. I'm sure there's loads of chill furries out there, of course there is. But there's a lot of, like, weirdos who circle around the drain in these spaces. So, like, that is a bit weird, but, like, it's separate from the rest of this stuff, I guess. But at the same time, I think that's something to be more annoyed about than he... But nobody seemed to care that he did that before he called the character a chubby fit character. What the fuck?
His clients,
selective outrage again.
That is very fair. And on top of that, you say he doesn't respond to criticism well. Well, you know what? If you were in his shoes, I think you wouldn't respond the best all the time too, because he has literally thousands of people trying to demonize and attack him for clout on Twitter. I doubt you would handle it very well too. But this user would respond saying, honestly, he's been nothing but nice. Claiming he's a scammer, you have any evidence to back that up? Because I'd honestly like to see it. Where they write a whole bunch of word salad and at no point gives any evidence that he's a scammer.
Many people have said things about his rigs. Look at any of his rigs and you will find clipping issues because he just uses a rig template for all the models he rigs. That's why they all look the same, rigged, and have clipping issues every so often. It's not just a thing I'm saying out of my ass, and genuinely don't get where people have said he's been nice every time he's in some controversy, such as the Chubby Mitsuri model or the whistle asset he made. He doesn't apologise, picks fights with people, and just blocks people for rightfully calling him out. But have your opinion. I'm allowed to have mine too, based on what I've seen with my own eyes. That's fair. You know, you can have your own opinion. The whole idea that that's a controversy though, calling the model a chubby fit model, is just wild to me.
Basically,
well, it's not. I've been around the internet long enough now that, like I say, and Twitter's just full of fucking idiots and crazy people who don't talk enough to other human beings. But it's still kind of crazy.
They have a hunch that he is because they don't like him. Moving on, another person would try this tactic, saying since he's finally catching heat, I'll just drop this here. And it's the fact that Kevin is following this End Wokeness account. So,
you know, some of these anti-woke groups and stuff, some of them are really cringe. But sometimes they post stuff that's funny. A lot of the time they post like troll content, you know? This idea that like, oh, because he's following that, oh, somehow, oh, you know, oh, we got him.
So they're literally follow policing him now. That's how low it is. Like, that is the lamest thing I've ever seen. A follow doesn't equal an endorsement, by the way, and it's a very, very cringe thing to do.
Right? I bet there's lots of people who follow political people online who totally the antithesis of their viewpoints, but they follow him to see what's coming out of their mouth, I guess. And sometimes they want to be able to reply to stuff or talk about stuff or see what's going on. But even if he is like, Christ, man.
Like, follow policing, that's super lame. And it's a very weird standard. It's basically saying, like, you vouch for everything that account says if you follow for them. It's a really weird standard to work with. But on top of that, we would see some people respond, and I think an actually productive way. So a lot of people are talking about the definition of chubby, right? And what characters look like chubby, what makes a character chubby. It's obviously a subjective standard. But instead of attacking Kevin over his chubby fit post, this person leads by example, and they make their own interpretation of what they think a chubby / plus size model looks like, and they have it right here. However, even this would attract toxicity from people who are angry.
It is subjective, isn't it? It is totally subjective. Like, to me, I just think that's like a super curvaceous woman. Obviously, it's to the extremes because she's really got quite a small waist and super wide hips. Like, me, when I think of chubby, I think of somebody who's a little bit more less curvy, and it's just, you know, around the face and around the stomach area more than anything. That's what I see as chubby. I think, like, this is just like Amazonian almost, you know?
About Kevin, where this person would say, here, fixed it up for you. Here's some key things you got wrong. And they would literally do a I fixed your art moment right here, where the artist would reply saying,
bro, oh my God.
Look, man, while I very much appreciate your input, I didn't ask for you to directly fix my art. You could have just told me your input without
I gave no consent.
touching my drawing. Chubbiness have different sizes and body shapes to it. It's not a specific shape. I understand if you're not happy with my work, and I happily told people I'll do more body shapes for plus size models soon, but that doesn't give you the right to revise my work, which is a very...
I think the better terminology, I know this doesn't matter at all. None of this matters. None of it matters. But it's curvy. It's curvy, you know? It's curvy. Like, because that character looked aesthetically pleasing to the eye, I guess, especially to the male gaze. You know, wider hips, small waist, big boobs. That's just curvy. I think it's a little bit different from chubby, you know? And originally he called it chubby fit anyway, didn't he? But like I said again, I don't think anybody in this whole scenario comes out as not being cringe, man.
Very fair and appropriate response to what this user was doing, who would deflect all of the criticism launched at them by saying, sorry, I have autism. Well, eventually Kevin would make a follow-up to all this stuff, explaining what's going on and why they're blocking certain people and what their thought process was with all these posts. So Kevin says this: different body standards exist. You are quickly projecting and forcing your own onto others. I struggle to gain weight and my art style leans towards skinny. I think chubby is super adorable, and my ideal is obviously different from yours. We all have body problems in real life. I don't know you, I don't represent you, nor am I an authority or your therapist. Deal with it. Also, I blocked you because you use slurs, attack, harass, gossip, and accuse me of R-word and pedo. Your profile is filled with vile words, and you clearly don't enjoy my sense of humor. Here is your explanation. Go check the boxes yourself. To my soldiers, stay tuned for more epic content. You ain't seen nothing yet. What I'm about to do with this character. In fact, they would make another post after that jokingly saying, guys, what song is this, and why is what is she holding? Should I make a VTuber asset? Obviously, poking fun at the controversy they got into a few months over that asset. But anyways, that's gonna do it for this situation. Obviously, another round of unhinged users dogpiling on Kevin because they want clout. At the end of the day, like I said multiple times in this video, it's not about any sort of fair criticism. It's not about actually caring about these specific things. It's all about
selective outrage. Again, I just don't think anybody in this video comes off that well, personally, to me. Everybody kind of just seems a little bit cringe, a little bit
harassment and dogpiling for attention and clout on Twitter. And Kevin is just the latest target for people to do that towards. And again, if people would give this sort of energy that they gave Kevin's post about body shaming and all these issues to legitimate bad areas like on Twitter and TikTok, where eating disorders are glorified by people in big accounts, and there's just terrible body shaming, anorexia, like people literally starving themselves to death. There is a lot of really bad people in those spaces, and I wish they would direct their attention towards those legitimate bad actors instead of Kevin, who's just making a VTuber asset and model and using a term chubby fit that people are misinterpreting and chopping off at just chubby. But anyway,
that's wild that you have to clarify that as like, oh, people are misinterpreting it. He's just saying chubby, they're cutting off the fit, as if that makes it worse somehow, in my opinion. You know, like I said, I wouldn't have described it as chubby anyway because it was just curvy. Like, dude, everybody in this video to me is just kind of like, what the hell is this all about, man?
Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I'll put a link to Kevin's account in the description. Make sure to check it out. Check out his VTuber assets and his art as well. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed.
I lost brain cells watching that video. I'm not going to lie. Again, this is what I say. Twitter is just the place where the last brain cells go to fight each other to the death. Because I ain't got anything else to say on that, really. Nothing else. Just, I said again, I've got denser after watching that video. I've got denser. We got mail, boys. What's this? Thank you for participating in our player satisfaction survey and talking about gratitude. We would like to offer you a reward shell credit 50k. I'll take it because I don't need some cash at the minute. Thank you very much. That's 5k. Hold up. As a reward, shell credit times 50,000, morphable echo times 2. Please remember to claim it in your mailbox promptly. Well, oh, have I got to... I thought I filled this out. So, wait, what? Maybe I'll have a look at running through that again. So I'm pretty sure I did that. I got scammed. I got scammed, chat. 45k short. What the hell? Pretty sure I did that. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it's a new one. I don't know. We'll have a look, though. We'll have a look. Right, mate. All right, let's keep pulling. We keep chipping away. We're going to keep chipping away. Oh, I thought it was going gold for a split second then, boys and girls. I thought it was coming home. I thought it was coming home. It's not. We've got Gareth safegated. Alright, let's go do our daily. Oh, we've still got to finish off this when everything's settled. Changli invites you to another appointment in the pavilion. Let's go defeat the TDs first. Let's get our daily out of the way, and then we'll go back and do the Immortal Blaze. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Oh, we've seen that. Two seconds, chat. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Been going football and to the gym as well, Kieran. Like to see it. What is going on with this game? Dude, what the fuck is up with the game at the minute? Yeah, I had a good session at the gym again today. Bit of shoulders today, a bit of shoulders and arms. I've got to get back on doing my cardio, though. I was doing like, shit, man. I was doing like nearly a 5K nearly every day. Some days doing more than a 5K. Oh my God, bro. Does anybody else have this when the game first starts up? I'm running on a 13900K and a 4090 as well. For like about 20-30 seconds. Game's just like, nah, mate. Not having it. Not gonna work. It's gonna lag like crazy.
Tear me to pieces. Almost strung through. Take flight.
Where you going, pussy? Where you going, pussy? Done. Alright. We need to start collecting some echoes though as well, actually, for our podcast. We need to do another 15.
Tear them to pieces. Lend me your strength. My blade yearns. Take form. Time to
Dude,
wrap it up.
Jinxie was taking a beating from behind them, man. You want some, do you? You want some?
Strike is one. Oh, stars. Heed
I'll
my
give it ya.
calling. Tear them to pieces.
Why you bully me?
Onwards.
Let's do the drop. Let's go.
Tear them to pieces. Beckon the divine flame.
Dude, I really like her old animation, man. It's pretty dope.
Perish in flames. Make it back. Make it fast.
I need to start collecting more ingredients, actually, as well.
Feathers incinerate. Tear them to pieces.
For cooking, I need to get my cooking skills up a little bit.
It's our code.
I'm lacking.
Good. There's no time
Need to get some recipes, some more recipes as well to make some more stuff. A little bit more to my repertoire. Lovely. Lovely. How many was it actually? Let me, where are we? Look at my podcast a second. Absorb 3 echoes for the daily. Absorb 30 echoes in total. There we go. So we need to do a bit of that for the weekly actually, because I don't think we've been doing that at all each week, if I'm honest. Well, at least last week anyway. I don't think I did. Halfway there on the weekly XP, are we? Okay. Which we're about off. Well, not halfway through the till Monday, but you know, halfway through the kind of the week, aren't we? It's Wednesday. We need to do our Ooh, yeah, let's go do this, actually. Let's go do this. Let's go, just do the finale. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Give me freebies. Alright, bro. Come on. Tell me where to go. Tell me where to go. Pick up the customer. Let's go. Not too far away, are they? We Ubering now, are we?
Good. There's no time.
Maybe jokes if we could get a little car. Sure to give me a 5-star, man. Get 3 meats off them, yeah. Yeah. All of the meats. All of the meats.
Good. There's no time to waste.
The exiles? Are we picking up criminals? Oh.
Beckon the divine flame.
Dude, she's just so hot, isn't she? Fucking animations are awesome as well. I just wasted that.
Tear them to pieces. Here now. Together we vanish. Take 4.
Look at my mojo, bro. Ruin my animation. Sorry, I came late. I never do that. Rosie hates me for it. Cool. Skip it. Don't care. Wait. Are we... Huh? Are we all done then? Claimed all of them? Nothing else for me to get? I've got 12 Lolo stamps. Once per day to obtain a set number of Lolo stamps. Each Lolo stamp can be exchanged for a Lolo Helper Special Delivery. The Lolo Helper Special Delivery includes 3 inventories. Once you collect all deliveries in an inventory, the next inventory will be unlocked. If you win the Lolo Express Special Delivery Service, you can claim all deliveries in the current inventory. After the event ends, Lolo campaigns that have not been participating will not be available, and claimed Lolo stamps will be recycled. So I've collected everything then. Yeah? Nothing else for me to collect, I'm assuming. Okay. Where do you want me to go back there then? Just to do the last quest, I guess? Simulation challenge. Complete 1 floor in the Tower of Adversity. Let's go cook. We got some ingredients, haven't we? Which way am I going? You know what, actually? Let's go heal. Let's get healed up. Yeah, but man, that whole fucking VTuber thing, that was just cringy, that was. Just like... I don't know why I watched that video. I got denser from watching it. I really did. But that's Twitter for you. You know, you go on Twitter, don't you? And you just like, you feel dirty. You're like, dude, I feel like I need to go for a shower, you know? I need to go wash off the slime, you know? What's his proficiency plus 10%? Wall dashes swimming stamina consumption by 15%. His whole team members attack by 8%, crit rate by 6%. Yeah, let's make some of that. Always good to have. Rarely find myself running out of stamina climbing, I guess. Increase ulti. Yeah, let's get a bit of defense. Little bit of defense. Yeah, man, my proficiency's trash, boys, man. Absolute trash. What's this give us? Increased defense by 12% and max HP by 10%, lasting for 30 minutes. Only effective for your own resonator in co-op mode. Increased energy regen of all resonators on the team by 20%, lasting for 30 minutes. Dude, some of the food buffs are fucking sick, aren't they? I need to use them more, man. Oh, mate. I do need to use them more. Should we just cook this for the sake of it? Yeah. For the proficiency. For the proficiency. Yo, how's your stream been looking as well today? We alright? See my chef level. I'm only a 2-star chef. I need to step my game up, man. Gordon Ramsay would not be happy. Okay. Need to spend our wave plates as well. How many days we got left on this, man? We got 12 days and we're at 59. So we got another, oh, we only got 10 levels left. We're getting there. We're getting there then. We should be good then. Thing is though, the weekly XP, is that going to choke us out? How many? So it's 1,000. So we can get another 5 levels. So we can get to 64. Yeah, we're fine. We'll be fine. Or will we? Yeah, we need to make sure we crack on next week though, because this is going to take us up to what? What, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll take us to 8 days, won't it? Okay, yeah, we'll be good. We just need to make sure we're on getting through our stuff next week then. Otherwise, we're cutting it a bit short. We're cutting it a bit short. Right, let's go spend our wave plates then, I guess. What should we spend them on? I don't know if to spend them on tacit fields. What do I need? What do I need? No, I want to build Verena a bit more, but I'm at that point where I need... Actually, I can do these, can't I? I can do this at least, anyway. I'm going to need weeklies now. And we're going to have to wait for the reset, aren't we? So... Can I craft any of these? This crafting station now. How many of the purple ones did I need? Was it 3? I made 1. I need to go get some helixes then, don't I? Where do I get these from? Let's go do the forgery challenge then, I guess. Let's do this then. And then I'm thinking, I don't know. I kind of want to, I really need to level up by G, really, to have that second healer for the time being. But I do want to level up Encore, and I do want to level up Danjin as well. And I also really could do with leveling up a ranged character. I don't actually have any ranged characters leveled up at the moment. Like, I got Sheared to, like, I don't know what level I got it to, but, you know, I need just to make the Juhei boss less annoying, because I feel like a ranged character will help a little bit, won't he? Because I fucking hate that fight. Hate it. And I need to farm it a little bit at the minute for Jinsu. And Changli as well, don't you? So, yeah. So it's going to be a...
Who's the caged bird now? Tear them to pieces. Zapstrike, the stage is yours. Time to
Look at that, the floaty like flutes. The noise of it. Sounds cool, man.
Strike has won. Fluorescent shadows.
they're so spread out, man.
Honor. Sacred life.
Wasted that, bro. I love the sound of a... It just sounds so good. The sound of her attack. Like explosive punch noise, man. It sounds so freaking good. So good. Probably gonna need to run it again, yeah. Probably gonna need to run it again.
From defense to offense. Who's the caged bird now? Together we fight! Fast and starlight. Take flight.
So
Evil
cool.
be cleansed. Thunder guide us. Tear them to pieces. Watch and learn. Crosscut. Sever. Clear as the blaze. Together we vanish. Sever. Tear them to pieces.
Good together though, man. I know it's not that they're the best comp at all, but they look good while doing it, don't they? You know, they look good. Charlie's Angels, Rover's Angels. Back.
Good. There's no time to waste.
Will I need to synthesize? I probably will, won't I? Very sure. Nah, we'll get away with it. Lavally, jabbly, jabbly, jabbly. Oh yeah, we need weeklies now, don't we? We need weeklies now, so we can't do any more. Yo, Neo, what's going on, dude? I'm fuming, pissed off right now. Why, what happened? Did the Lala campaign? There's literally nowhere to redeem the... Right, dude, I've got 14 as well. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with that. Does that get recycled into what, though? Give me some Echo XP materials. Like, I'd done it all yesterday, so I did the last
Good.
one, and it was like,
There's
oh,
no time to waste.
I get nothing for it. Okay.
Good. There's no time to waste.
Yeah, same, man. I'm claimed all. Guess I must have just claimed them all, I guess. I don't know. I've got less left to do on here as well. After the snow. Oh, I still need to do Okay, I've done none of that. Just that mighty light crusher, man. He's a pain in my arse, he's a pain in my arse. Alright, let's go do this quest then. Wait, what? I think settled. Changli invites you to another appointment in the pavilion. Let's get back there.
You done staring?
So whether
Alright, can I want to watch a video quickly. I just saw it pop up on What's It, and I want to watch it. I want to watch it, alright? I want to watch it, okay? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that deal. It's kind of annoying. It says I'll get recycled, yes. I don't know, it might turn into some mats. It's weird how something this small can make me want to kick a puppy. I might have a video going up that might trigger you even more, man. Might trigger you even more. Alright, let's check out this video then from Kazahana. He makes great videos. Wuthering Waves is getting even more popular with this. With what?
So Wuthering Waves has a chance to go mainstream. Now, if you've been around on this channel, then you'll know that I talk a lot about Wuthering Waves and also the PlayStation version coming to it. I made about 2 or 3 videos on this, from whenever it was first
4 minutes, let's go.
kind of teased to the actual announcement to now some new gameplay. And there is actually even more gameplay, which I will show in this video, which is just super exciting to see. Now, obviously, the announcement for it coming out on PlayStation has been super.
Hopefully, it's not filmed on a potato. Because last time, you really couldn't tell how good the game looked. You could tell it looked like it was running quite smooth. There was some frame drops because you could see a frame count and it was showing some dips here and there. But we couldn't really see if the game was looking nice. I'm expecting it to, because it's a PS5. But yeah, it was filmed on an absolute potato.
Super well received, and tons of Wuthering Waves players are super excited for it, as a lot of current players can play it on their console whenever they're, you know, just sat in bed or something like that. Especially with Wuthering Waves being one of those games where you've got to explore a lot and, you know, spend a lot of time in the game. But also, it's good news for a lot of people who don't play the game at the moment and only have a PS5 and haven't been able to play it because either their phone wasn't good enough or they don't have a PC.
Or it just sucks ass to play games on a phone, especially this kind of game. So they're like, yeah, my phone's good enough, but I ain't doing it.
In this video, I'm going to be going over a couple articles and also the new gameplay and explaining why this Wuthering Waves update coming to PS5 could actually help it go mainstream and boost its player count a ton.
It's definitely going to boost its player count. Hey, I might be wrong. Everybody on PlayStation might absolutely hate the game. The game's a good game. This is going to do pretty well on PlayStation, I think. As far as I'm aware, you know, PlayStation seems to like the gacha space. Genshin and that do well. Zenless is on PS5 as well, isn't it? I don't know where well it's doing. But I think I've seen a lot of people in my comment section anyway saying that, you know, they play a little bit on phone, but they can't play the game on phone because it's just not very much fun for them, and they can't wait to be able to get it on PlayStation 5. I think it's going to boost the player base quite significantly, to be fair.
But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave
Not like that's a hot take anyway.
a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and obviously go over to GamerSubs and use my code KAZO where you can get yourself 10%
I don't
off.
have a code.
GamerSubs actually have an event going on at the moment, which is an early
Wink,
Christmas
wink.
sale. I know it's like the end of July, so it's nowhere near Christmas, but they're giving away a ton of free stuff, including a free shaker and a ton of other kind of like merch stuff, so I definitely recommend you guys go check that out. But let's get back into the video. So whenever I do research for this channel, I look through a lot of news articles and a lot of just media in general to do with Wuthering Waves. And then I stumbled upon this news article which says, PlayStation gamers stunned by new free PS5 RPG, no PS Plus needed. Now,
Okay. Is that because it's... Well, it has got co-op. Is that because it's not multiplayer? So how does it work with PS Plus now? Because there's certain games don't require PS Plus, do they? And I don't exactly know how it works anymore. It's been that long since I've played on a PlayStation. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But that's good. That's good, because it sucks if you're getting a free-to-play game that you actually have to pay for to get on. And there's some people, you know, who can't always keep the PS Plus up. Some people just don't have it. So the idea that you don't have to have that, if that is the case, that is a very good move, and I like to see it.
this is by Gaming Bible. If you don't know who Gaming Bible are, they are a massive, you know, gaming news site who became quite popular due to like Lad Bible and stuff like that, and now they've expanded into stuff like Gaming Bible. And obviously they are quite vague with the title here. PlayStation Gamers, by saying new free PS5 RPG, they haven't actually specifically said any game, but this is actually to do with Wuthering Waves. They say PlayStation 5 fans rejoice as you'll soon have a new RPG to play, and it'll be completely free when it releases. You won't even need PlayStation Plus to claim it either.
If they are talking about Wuthering Waves, this is actually quite big for PlayStation players. I would imagine majority do have PS Plus, but there's still a lot of people that don't. So this is really good.
Wuthering Waves is the latest gacha game to come out of China for mobile platforms, where it's performing well. However, the developers Kuro Games are now targeting the PlayStation 5, and then they're going to say most developers of mobile gacha are...
Sorry to keep pausing. Again, I would somebody in the comment section, if you watch this video, why do these games not come to the Xbox? I'd love to know. Is it just totally obvious that it's the American-China situation? What is the deal there?
RPGs tend to focus on the Japanese console, which is also home to Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and the new Xenosaga Zero. It seems that Wuthering Waves will be the next hit game to capture audiences with its anime styling and engaging characters. Now obviously, yeah, Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and Xenosaga Zero are all already on PlayStation, so this is just amazing that Wuthering Waves is coming to it as well. And obviously I've talked about this a lot in previous videos, and pretty much the whole article goes on to talk about the overall announcement of Wuthering Waves coming to PlayStation, and why players need to play it whenever it comes out on the PS5. Because as I said a lot of my videos, there is a lot of people who don't play Wuthering Waves, who don't play gacha games, who are going to be enticed to play this game just because it's a free game that is enjoyable.
That's true. That's a good point. I think it coming out free, not needing PS Plus, people are probably going to try it. And I think there's going to be a lot of people. I myself, I did it with Genshin. I laughed, mocked, took the piss out of the whole genre. I don't want to play that freaking gacha gamba game. Just looks trash. And then I played it and then I was like, oh, okay, this is actually kind of fun. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, Wuthering Waves is even better. So I think there will be a lot of people who, like, you know, maybe mock the gacha space, or these mobile trash games, are going to try it out and be like, oh, all right, okay, this is kind of spicy. I like it.
Enjoyable that people can just easily pick up on the PS5, and I just think that's great. And the fact that you don't need PS Plus to claim it as well, which is a paid service that PlayStation have, is also just amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it will entice a ton of players, especially ones that don't have a lot of money, to play the game, and maybe even just give it
even better. Get people who don't have enough money to get hit by predatory gamba mechanics, right? What could go wrong?
a try, even if it's for like a couple of weeks or something like that, and hopefully we can get a ton more players playing this game. And obviously this article, it being on Gaming Bible isn't just like a gacha news site. Obviously I've covered a lot of news sites in the past which, you know, cover more gacha games than a lot of other sites, but Gaming Bible is just overall, you know, games in general, meaning that Wuthering Waves is actually being noticed more by the general public. And
is there anything specific in this article that claims this is? Oh wait, there it does. Yeah, you won't need to play. Wuthering Waves is the latest gacha game to come out of China for mobile platforms. Okay, all right.
I think that adding it to PS5 will especially help with this. Because as you may know, there's tons of gacha games out there which are very, very niche, and only gacha game players have really heard of them.
Yeah.
And obviously none of these are getting PlayStation releases or anything like that too. Now that may be down to their advertising or how they market their game.
Which is odd, because I feel like games like Brown Dust probably would do well on PlayStation just because of the history of JRPGs on PlayStation. I just feel like that. I feel like that's a good fit. I do.
Because obviously some games are marketed more at gacha gamers anyways because they think that they would enjoy it more. But yeah, gacha games aren't really that big of a thing worldwide. It's more of a thing in Asia, and obviously there is a community of us who play gacha games as well. But obviously there are a few anomalies like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, and Xenosaga Zero which have actually made it into the mainstream. This has mostly helped with their advertising and marketing over in the West.
I don't know if Zenless has necessarily got into the mainstream yet. And I think Honkai kind of has, but Genshin definitely did.
As well, and we're starting to see this with Wuthering Waves 2, which is super exciting to see, because obviously whenever Wuthering Waves first came out, they did do a very good job at making it global and, you know, advertising to all the areas that they could. But I think the overall problem was the popularity of the game worldwide, and adding it to PS5 will definitely help it, you know, become more popular and help hit a lot of those audiences that they're hoping to hit. As I said, we actually have more gameplay of the Wuthering Waves footage.
I do think a round of advertising in the West wouldn't do them any harm, just to get out there to the normies, because obviously us on the internet, you know, of course, but you know, people who don't necessarily jump on YouTube to get gaming information or spend time looking around the internet to get their gaming info. I think it could do well, you know, get some billboards up in the West, maybe I don't know, maybe even some TV slots if they can afford to do it, which I'm sure they can. I think that will potentially do them well. But I do understand it's a new world now. You don't necessarily need that to get the ROI, the best ROI. Just get it out to content creators and they'll do the work for you. But you know, Genshin do it, and I think Wuthering Waves do it as well out in the East. It's a surprise that they don't actually do that out in the West a little bit more.
You can see this here. This is much better quality than the last footage we looked at. The other one was recorded on some like potato like phone.
Right. I'm just trying to get a look at the FPS here. I wish I could see a little bit bigger of a...
something like that. But as you can see, the game looks very, very smooth, and I think this will definitely entice a lot of players too, because obviously lots of people won't be super interested in the fact that it's a gacha game or that it's some kind of like anime style game. They might just be interested in the overall graphics and stuff because they do look amazing for a...
I think the best bet as well, especially with games like Wuthering, I know they are a gacha game, but if they really advertise themselves as a JRPG, an open world action JRPG, they will definitely get some people interested who might not even be into anime, so to speak. I know there's a lot of crossover, but, you know, there's a lot of people in the West who absolutely, especially normies as well, who are, you know, dads now who remember the old days of playing JRPGs on the PlayStation 1, who might be enticed to check this out. And I suppose they're more likely to be potential whales as well because they don't have the time and they're going to be like, sweet, man, I got a little bit of disposable income. The baby's in bed. Let's buy some waifus, man.
Free game. I think that's just insane. And I hope that, you know, a lot of people do see this game, see the graphics they can offer and actually pick it up, because obviously more players playing it on PlayStation equals more revenue, which means, you know, we're going to be getting a better experience. Obviously, current games have proven that time and time again, that they can spend their money wisely and make a game good, especially with Chang-Li recently. Her abilities look super nice, and I think they've put a lot of effort into designing it, compared to a lot of the gacha games out at the moment, which, you know, don't really do it as much, especially the Hoya ones. Although recently there was some Honkai Star Rail news, which did look really, really nice, with all of the new character animations, which were technically leaks. Obviously, I won't show that here, but again, they're looking really cool. And I think that if Wuthering Waves wants to succeed and keep up with these gacha games, then releasing it on PS5 is such a good move, and I hope that they release it to other consoles soon.
I was going to say, I think they'd be better, because I don't think, am I wrong? Is Genshin not on Xbox? Like, because I keep seeing that, like, you know, Xbox just keeps getting missed with this shit. So getting it out onto Xbox, I think would just be, it'd be sensible. You know, it's an extra player base. I know it's smaller, and there's a different audience, but I do think there's plenty of people on Xbox who would love to get the option to play a game like Wuthering Waves. In my opinion, I don't see why not. You know, an open world, pretty action role-playing game. You know, I just feel like there's going to be a lot of people waiting to play that.
As I said in my previous videos, you know, Xbox don't really deal with gacha games for some reason, and Nintendo don't really deal with Chinese games.
Is that on Xbox though? Is that a decision made by Xbox though? Or is that something, some corporate political thing going on though? Because the way Xbox seem to try and be now, I feel like it doesn't seem like their MO to be like, no, we don't want that because it's got gacha. I just don't buy that that's the reason. I could be wrong and maybe it is. But I feel like there's something deeper going on there with Xbox and these games not coming to them. It's kind of odd.
So it's going to be very unlikely that we'll see them on other consoles, but if we could actually get them on any of them, like in the slightest possible chance, I honestly think that Wuthering Waves would do so much better, as, you know, this is a market that even, you know, Genshin Impact...
people on the Switch would love to play it as well, wouldn't they, if that's all they've got? I do think that, like, and I know that Nintendo are quite strict with how they do things, and if it's their way of doing things, they're not going to probably change for this, but, you know, if they could get it running really good on a Switch, I think it'd do really well on the Switch, actually.
Honkai Star Rail and Zelda Zero haven't touched, as those are all games that literally just stay on the PlayStation 5, and obviously, you know, the other platforms that they're usually on, such as PC and mobile. But if Wuthering Waves could get over to Nintendo Switch or over to Xbox, I definitely think that they would have an up on a lot of other gacha games, and even just coming to PS5, it cements themselves as one of the top gacha games out there, because, you know, they've got such a large deal like this. But I also think it's not just a case of them getting deals with PlayStation, with Xbox, with whatever. I think the game's just like good overall as well. I think that definitely contributes to how popular they are among gacha games. And yeah, I can't wait to see where this goes, especially with a lot of the future updates, a lot of the future regions, because technically...
I genuinely do think there'll be quite a lot of hype around the launch of this, if I'm honest. And I hope as well, because I like the game and I want to see more investment coming back into the game. I want to see it do well just so the game continues to get better and, you know, expands. I think it's going to do quite well on PlayStation. I think there's going to be a lot of people out there waiting, ready to play this. So we're going to, you know, they're going to be, you know, chomping at the bit to get on it, really.
We're still kind of in the first region. Obviously, we have Mount Firmament, which is a new location. But again, that isn't a completely new region.
It's a sub-region, isn't it,
Or
really?
anything. It's still part of Jinjo. So I'm super excited to see what kind of happens with that, how it looks. Because, you know, Jinjo looks great.
Dude, I cannot wait for the new nation. I can't wait to get into an area that's just got a different vibe, a different feel, a different look, of course. I'm really looking forward to it.
Great, but I want to see how they go into their own little cultures and stuff, which would be kind of cool to see. And obviously, it coming to PS5 will help this out a lot because they can generate enough revenue to create these places and make them even better.
I do think it'll be the big tell of how well the game's going to do in long term. The first new nation, has to freaking hit. It has to slap. Not just the quests, the story, the characters. The area has to slap as well. The echoes, the lot, like, you know, there's got a lot of work on the hands, but I hope they pull it off.
I'm sure the Kuro Games are already working on the newest region, which is just great.
So.
And I think that the new characters coming out in the next update do look pretty cool too. I mean, you know, they're not the most impressive, especially compared to a lot of other gacha games. But, you know, we did just have Jinshi and Changli, which are both amazing characters. And I don't think that the other ones are that bad. Yeah, that's pretty much all the PS5 news that I got for the moment. I'll keep you guys updated if there's anything else new. Obviously, I keep uploading videos on this. This might be my last one for a little while because it doesn't seem like we're going to see any more news until it's actually released, when I will definitely make a video.
I think we'll probably potentially, I reckon if they're smart, we'll probably get a lot of trickle. You know, they're just going to like trickle out information now, drip feed it to us, different stuff, hinting at release dates, all that sort of stuff. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I'm looking forward to these. As somebody who's not even going to play it on PlayStation, but I'm happy that people are going to get the chance to check it out.
Video on that one. But again, the overall gameplay for the game is looking amazing, especially seeing it in a more higher quality now. I think we can definitely see how good the quality is compared to PC and not have it running on some kind of like potato phone like we saw in the last video. It's super good to see that Wuthering Waves does have a chance to get into the mainstream, especially with the PlayStation collaboration. And I was just super excited to see Wuthering Waves featured in a Gaming Bible article.
Kind of cool as well, considering Zenless Zone Zero's doing this Street Fighter crossover. If they get it out on PlayStation and they can get a little bit buddy-buddy with Sony and maybe do a Sony IP crossover. My only worry there is, though, it's fucking Sony. And if that happens, Sony will be like, yeah, we'll do that. But it's going to be exclusive to the PlayStation. And obviously that'll be good for the Kuro and it'll be good for the PlayStation. But oh, fuck you, Sony, if you do that.
Because it means that this game is getting featured, you know, across some more, you know, mainstream gaming sites. Yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think Wuthering Waves will go mainstream in the future, especially with all the PS5 stuff? Or do you think it's going to be stuck in the
I think it'll be mainstream within the space. I don't know if it'll necessarily go mainstream. I don't know. That's all on Kuro and how good the game gets, I guess. And I think what will really determine whether it goes mainstream, obviously the gameplay loop, which they've got. But if they tell some really top tier, amazing stories, I think that will decide how mainstream it goes. And potentially, if they make enough money, if they can somehow, like, I don't know, maybe make an anime series or something, or like a short anime series that can maybe pull in people, you know, bring more people in to maybe make it mainstream. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
gacha gaming niche, and then we're not going to be seeing any more articles like this one, and that the overall public aren't going to be very excited for the game. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And as I said, go over to GamerSubs, use my code Kazo, where you can get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. And yeah, the link will be down below.
Yeah, definitely check out his link as well.
At the start of the video, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
All right, good video. Yeah, I agree with pretty much everything he said there. Nothing to agree with, just a little bit of news. But yeah, I think it's just good for the game, really, isn't it? I don't think there's any negatives. More players are coming to the game, more potential revenue for Kuro. That means potential more reinvestment back into the game for us, you know, players that are already playing the game. And that's only a good thing. Hopefully the launch goes well. Hopefully the game does well in general. And hopefully if they do some sort of crossover with a PlayStation, that it's not something that becomes exclusive to PlayStation, because that would fucking suck. But that's kind of how Sony works. Sony works. So, yeah, hope that doesn't happen. But I guess it'll be good for PlayStation gamers if it does. But yeah, great video from Kazahana. Definitely check him out. And if you want to get yourself some gamer subs, check out his link as well and get yourself some gaming drinks. But another good video. Should show him some love, subscribe, all that good stuff. Right, dude? Grandma's gonna have to hide a credit card. Turn my AC off as well. I'm getting warm. It's a good job that video ended. God damn. God damn. Alright, let's get this quest on then. Rest for a while, 2 days. I would just need to pass the time, do I? What's he at? Current time's 9:06. Confirm. Oh, I've gone 4 days. Whoops. Whoops. Hopefully Changlee's still waiting for me.
2 days have passed since Changlee told me she and Xinyi would handle the aftermath. I wonder how she's doing.
Killed both birds.
Are you worried? Let's just go ask her then.
I don't know.
Robert can be cute though, man. She can be really cute. Dude, did you see I did a tempo and a few singles, ended up getting Encore, Alto and Danjin? Hey, let's go. Good team there, that is. Good set of players. Or resonates, I should say. Love Danjin. Such a glass cannon. One of the best 4-star DP, if not the best 4-star DPS in the game. Especially if you get a few copies of her. She's, you know, she's like an honorary, a 5-star, man. She really is. And I've heard nothing but good stuff about Encore. Still got to build Encore, actually. Really, bro? You doing like that? Where is this? Okay. Making life awkward for myself there, man.
Greetings.
Yeah, the weapon space is a little bit, you know.
We're almost done dealing with the aftermath of the previous incident. We're currently questioning the remaining Fraxidus members we caught at Mount Firmament. They wanted to get their hands on the temporal program from the Legend of the Wei Qi game, with the intention of unleashing chaos in Mount Firmament once again. But thanks to you and Changlee, their plans were foiled. Changlee recounted to us that a Fraxidus overseer had entered the Sonora Sphere and was injured by her fire. They were lucky to escape, but have not been seen since.
They just don't know when to quit.
I've put together a thorough report for City Hall. We will strengthen our defenses to make sure this doesn't happen again.
What, Changlee?
We parted 2 days ago on the coast, and then she returned to Jinzhou. Perhaps she's just taking some time to rest and recover. It must have taken... Changlee knew
Cutting her up. I'm sorry.
And she wanted me to relay this message to you.
Okay.
Meet her at the pavilion on Mount Firmament. She'll be waiting for you there. She also said, no more riddles this time.
Okay. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. As it stands now, dead, fuck off, broke. I think I have like 4 asteroids. I even traded some corals in for forging tides and came up with zip. Yeah. It seems, well, so far for me anyway, I seem to always have to go quite deep into the pity to pull the weapon because obviously it's guaranteed. So I don't know if it's designed differently in terms of the percentage chances of you getting it before pity or what. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I've had to pretty much go like hard pity every time. What is that? It's over there. Might as well get this actually while we're here. Might as well get it. Pity, I'm dick sucking now. Well, gonna get you, man. Well, gonna get you. I'm sure when this area, sorry, they said crane feathers, even though they're not cranes. It just says feathers now. Well, I was just tripping when I saw that one time.
Onwards.
Zap string. It's our curtain call. Together we vanish.
Fine harmony.
Your time is over. My field of expertise. Feathers incinerate.
What? Wait a minute. How low was her HP? What the fuck? I'm so confused.
Thunder guide us.
Fuck you, babe. What in the world? What in
The lines
tarnations?
between Joe are
What the
filled with
fuck?
riches.
I'm gonna go quickly heal. Not having it. The disrespect, bro. The disrespect to my lady.
Onwards.
To my lady. I can't get even get into main firm and I'm too low level and I got my fat ass beat into submission within 10 minutes. Well, what level are you gonna be now to get to firmament? Firmament then, sorry. Bummer.
Onwards.
So them boobs from over here.
How are you feeling, Rover? Well rested, I hope.
More concerned about you.
Aw, can't you see I'm perfectly fine, sitting right in front of you?
Still a little worried.
Don't worry, Rover. We're only having a casual conversation today. Nothing
She's gonna say
taxing.
casual sex, and I was going to be like,
Besides,
"Oh, let's
you
go."
only agreed to join me here for more questions, right?
Makuma. That's not my only reason.
Oh, is that so? I'm curious then. Sure, ask away. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
About the game record and the secret of immortality.
It all started a century ago, when my mentor, Master Xuanmiao, had a brief encounter with a certain peculiar visitor.
That was me, yeah.
During a TD outbreak, my master was rescued by that individual. She exuded a unique energy and was always elusive. My master dug through ancient texts and unearthed her presence in long-forgotten history.
A watcher or where it was.
After searching for several years, he finally met that person on Mount Firmament again. They played a game of Weiqi together, and that was how the legendary game record came into being. At first, I thought my master meant the game record held actual information about the time crisis, but that was just a clue. The real key was finding you, the person behind it all. And lastly, the secret of immortality. It's most likely just the woodcutter's own spin
I'd eat
on the
shit for a
tale.
sweaty sock.
Sure,
What did he say?
ask away. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
About the Sonorosphere.
My master and the mysterious visitor had set a trap with the Sonorosphere, using the Weiqi game as a guise. They hid it with the Court of Cervantes' Chronos orders, and it would only activate once the time flow on Mount Firmament was restored to its normal state. Despite the Sentinel and Mount Firmament being saved, the Fraxidus would not go down without a fight. They were convinced that the temporal mandate was hidden within the game of Weiqi. But little did they know, they had already fallen into a trap. Pure coincidence or the calculated workings of the Fraxidus, the explorer stumbled upon the Weiqi board, setting off its defense mechanisms.
Oh.
The Sentinel was already damaged when it arrived here. My master had foreseen the disasters that would befall Mount Firmament, so he created this mechanism as a precautionary measure. The Sonorosphere would devour all who attempted to enter, unless they knew the solution to that puzzle.
The solution, you mean burning down everything? Burning down everything.
Precisely. The only way to escape was by burning the Sonorosphere without hurting anyone inside. It required masterful control of Forte. Thinking back, it was probably his ultimate test for me.
Also thwarted the Fraxidus' plans.
That was his first goal with this Sonorosphere.
There's the second one.
Before leaving, Master entrusted me with a mission to find that individual, the one who played Weiqi with him, the one who left behind that game record. After my master's passing, she would be the only one who could control the Sonorosphere. By now, you should know who she is.
Is it me?
Yes.
I don't even remember that Sonorosphere. I see that's what you seem to know a lot about me.
That's why you needed me as your wayfinder. And from the moment you arrived in Jinzhou, I had my suspicions about your true identity. Our journey to Mount Firmament solidified my beliefs. And finally, the Weiqi board in that Sonorosphere sealed the truth for me. Sure, ask away. I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability.
Yeah, she's good in Havoc, isn't she?
Indeed. Those memories, they were all real.
I assume that was a younger version of you.
Yes. That's all in the past. Just a little homeless girl with no name. I never thought we could make new memories in the Sonorosphere, where only the past repeats itself. A moment of companionship and protection meant everything to me.
So but I wasn't really there for you in the past, not in the real past. Or was I? That kind of like split off and we did do that? I don't know.
I can sense your unspoken question. Did I sacrifice my life when I burned down the Sonorosphere, like when I was a child? What I told you there was true, but I've grown and gained control over my powers. Using my forte now won't harm me in any way.
Okay.
Of that, you can rest assured.
You won't lose the booba. That would
Also,
not be good.
If you really are the legendary person who changed the course of history, then you are perhaps the closest to immortality, aside from our sentinel. We mortals come and go. Our lives are full of meetings and goodbyes. Our time on this earth is fleeting compared to yours, so don't let it bother you.
Live in the moment just like you do. But she's got no memory as well, so...
I see. Perhaps this is why it's so hard to leave this beautiful world behind. Then, would you be willing to finish that game of Weiqi with me instead?
Yeah. You'll get her eventually, especially if you start pulling on the standard banner as well. Dude, everything about Chang Li's just like
girl
elegant, isn't he?
Everywhere she looked, tragedies rampant. As lament engulfed the globe, a world torn by monsters, filled with homeless souls.
That accent there would be
With her
perfect
own
on
blood as fire, she
whatever his
drove
name is,
away
the
the
dude with the
cold.
robot arm on his arm,
And her master said,
kind of like the Winter Soldier's arm.
in this tumultuous world, lives are fragile as mayflies. She couldn't exhaust herself to save those before her. But she must endure to ignite a brighter tomorrow. She wielded her wits to evade harm, treading on knives with care. Alone, yet maturing through stumbles. Later on, she became someone else's teacher. She taught the future leader this: to guide conscience and secure prosperity for the people, to continue lost teachings of past sages and establish peace for all. I will be the torchbearer, for one person can't rid the world of chaos alone. One day, a future of prosperity and lasting peace will arrive.
I really like Chang Li and Jinxie. I think they're a good duo. I really like them. Immortal Blaze completes. Good music as well. The music's been stepping up big time in this game. You know? I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I still need Verena though. I'm starting to get pissed off. I think the reason Kuro isn't putting out more support healing characters is people tend to be a bunch of DPS crane eaters who validate characters' worth based on damage. Yeah, I was saying this. They're the flashy characters, aren't they? They're like, you know, they're like the striker, you know, the forward in a football team. In terms of, like, you know, people who are a little bit more basic in the way they look at football. You know, you look at your guys who are scoring goals and they get all the applauds, which obviously makes sense. Or, you know, the people supporting them in their roles don't get the look in so much, and it's kind of the same with this, really. But support roles are imperative, man. You know, and like I'd even say, like, obviously Verena, in my opinion, is probably the best character in the game for that, really. She does a role better than anybody. But even just like some true supports, even if they're not like having healing in their repertoire, they're just like buffers, supports, they lift everybody up. Oh, yeah, we definitely need some more sustained characters, that's for sure. It needs to happen soon as well. I think it being the start of the game, they're just leaning into that to try and pull people in, you know, your Chang Li's, your Yin Lins, or pull people in because of the way they look, I guess. And then, like, you know, characters like Jinxie are just, like, super powerful, so there's that as well. I think Yin Lin's been a great addition, though, because she is truly a sub-DPS support character, and she plays that role sick. Her off-field damage is great, where Chang Li is just another DPS, really. She's not a sub-DPS, she's a DPS. But yeah, hopefully the next couple of banners tend to lean into some more, you know, support roles. I've requested my Hong-Jen is in danger. I need your assistance. Let's discuss in person. The coordinates have been sent to your terminal. I'll wait for you there. Okay, cool. Laws beyond the ranges. Too many serious events happening in Hong-Jen. GU presumes there are ulterior motives behind them. Dance Chelonian. On an island in the lake around Hong-Jen, a Hortoy seems to have conflict with other tacit discords. Do tacit discords lock horns? Let's go do this, sir. Back into town, yeah. It was gone in E-Hack. Jinx is 240k now. Yeah, dude, Jinx is insane. Like, my Jinx is still not fully done. And I've got no copies. And I'm breaking 100k with her on some attacks now. I love Jinxie though. Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Welcome to the stream as well. And so there's still there is still okay. Stop going too quick for me. The Sentinel's barrier is gone and Mount Firmament can be seen once more. Now Hong-Jen and other parts of Huanglong are reconnected. At such a pivotal moment, it is even more essential to document our recent events in detail for future generations. To that end, the Magistrate and I have gathered a team of scholars from Jinzhou to revisit Hong-Jen Chronicle. That sounds good. Okay. Scholar name, yeah, right. Let's just skip through this. Talk to very soon. Oh yeah.
Onwards.
And then that monster popped up right in front of my friend. Eyes as big as lanterns and his teeth as long as rolling pins. Yeah, I'm just going to skip the side quest stuff. I don't really need to know this. Inquiries about the experience of the herb collector. Right, let's go.
Onwards.
Are you UL55 as well, are you? Hello, excuse me. Yes, you are. We're here for your story. Story, it's not a story, it's really happened to me. I was almost killed on that mountain. Just the thought of it sends shivers down my spine, like it's still lurking out there watching. Look behind me, you don't see anything, do you? No? That's a relief. With so many people in Hong-Jen, I bet that ring wouldn't dare show its face. I bet that thing wouldn't dare show its face. But that place, I wouldn't set foot there again. What do you mean by that place? Where is it? Curiosity killed the cat, they say. Getting mixed up with that monster will only spell disaster. I must have lost my mind insisting on checking it out. We're gathering tales for the Hong-Jen Chronicle. Gathering tales, I've heard those pages are filled with countless regional folk tales, so it's only natural you'd want to add this. Alright, if you're here to listen, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Hold on, let me start the recording first. Alright, please go on. It all began 3 days ago. I was deep in the mountains hunting for a rare herb and lost track of time. By the time I stumbled upon the herb, night had fallen. Fearful of beasts prowling after dark, I decided to take a shortcut back to Hong-Jen. When I reached Lung's crest, I heard some strange noises coming from the darkness. They sounded like metal clashing and scraping, mixed with eerie cries. I thought it was just poor Scarefrost deer caught in a trap, so I pressed on, but the deeper I went, the creepier it got. What kind of noises? Hard to describe. Whimpers, howls, whatever it wasn't human, and it sure as hell wasn't any beast I'd ever crossed paths with. More like a twisted combination of both. The noise gave me goosebumps, and I remembered the story my grandmother once told me. Long ago, the Sentinel and the Court of Savante worked together using their bizarre creations to seal some real vicious monsters. Their bodies crumbled to dust over the years, but their evil souls hung around craving revenge on the Sentinel. Revenge on the Sentinel, that's wild. I'm talking here, young lady. Interrupt again and I won't say another word. Jeez, bro, chill the frick out, man. Oh, I'm sorry. What a knob. Where was I? Ah, yes, the evil souls. I was in a dilemma. You know, terrified as I was, curiosity gnawed at me, urging me forward. Suddenly, out of nowhere, 2 lanterns appeared in front of me. It happened so fast, I didn't even realise it was possible to have lanterns out in the wilderness like that. The lanterns seemed to float barely visible. They flickered once, then a few seconds later flickered again. It wasn't until then that I realised they weren't lanterns at all, but eyes. Eyes as big as lanterns. How big would its head be? I turned and ran, and that monster kept howling behind me. Believe me, I never heard anything so bone-chilling. I didn't dare look back, just ran for my life. I lost track of time, but eventually I saw the lights of Hong Zhen and knew I was safe. I heard you passed out at Hong Zhen's entrance, right? Thank goodness the night patrol found you, otherwise... No, nonsense. I didn't pass out, just a bit tired from the running. Yeah, I was tired. Anyway, whatever was chasing me must be the souls of those monsters. One wrong step and I'd have been its next meal. Alright, that's all been recorded. What's your take, Rover? I doubt it's some evil ghost. Yes, I agree. I heard nerves can make you see things that aren't real. Maybe it was just a scare Frostera or a passing task at Discord. If you're really curious, go see the monster for yourself. I spotted it near Lung's Crescent. Just remember, I did warn you. Can we go look then? I love the design of Hong Zhen as well. Hello. Yes, you are, folks, here for Nick Show Monster. Yeah, whatever. I want to go fight someone. I still haven't got that yet. I need to get that resonance beacon. Slacking, boys. We're slacking. Hold up a second. I just need to ask Rosie what time she finishes work today. She wants me to pick her up at 1:30 or what.
May I pray for anything specific?
I think this area's gorgeous here. Like, there's so many gorgeous areas in this game, but this area's one as well. This game has so many stunning areas, though. It is a stunning game, actually, though. It is a stunning game. Oh, it's actually on the crescent here.
Onwards.
One room. Is it below? Is it? That's a decent drop, bro. It's a decent drop, that is, actually. Doesn't seem that high when you're looking at it. Like the actual drop when you're not, like, using a heavy attack or anything.
Onwards.
Here we are. We should see. This is the location mentioned by the herb collector. What's this doing here? There's a memo attached to it, but it seems to be stained with ink. Yeah, I ain't reading all that. Somebody needs to give me the TDLR in a bit because I ain't reading all that. How's those cages? Who will put cages out here? Seems like they were used to lock something up. Good news, it wasn't a person, judging from those claw marks. Wasn't that big either then, I guess? What are these boxes for? Looks like they were used to store equipment. This cage must be for the really big one. But it looks brand new. I don't think it's been used. Fantastic. I think we captured everything noteworthy around here. Robert, could you scan the area again? I want to make sure we haven't missed anything. Wish that... Yeah, is that a claw mark? It's long and deep. What could have left this? It's got to be a big one. Seen any beasts around here that could have done this? Hey, you two. This stuff is ours. Hands off. What's this exiles? Fraxidus! It's the Fraxidus. Didn't you hear me? Drop it. Leave now and maybe I'll spare you otherwise. Have you lost your mind? It's that Rover. Even Mr. Scar is no match for her. Rover? So what? We endured so much, paid such a high price. No, with this new power, nothing will stand in our way. Hubris Artificer. With a name like Hubris, you know what's about to happen to him. Our mission isn't to cause a scene. We're here to assess the camp's condition. We should try talking, not wrecking everything in sight. This guy's smart. This opportunity is being handed to us without numbers. We can easily deal with them. Don't you want to prove your worth and join me against the Fraxidus' enemies? I don't want to do crazy stuff like this. Hey, get back here, you idiots. Coward, I'll definitely report him to the boss. No biggie, we still have the upper hand. Let's go take them down. Find a place to hide. Okay, take care, Rover.
Tear them to pieces. Sure. My field of expertise.
Together we fight! Fast and starlight. Sacred life.
That was awesome, like bam. Oh, and they were down. Are you alright? Me? I'm totally fine. They didn't get within a mile of me. The Fraxidus caused Jin Zhao and Hong Zhen so much misery. Honestly, seeing them get beaten up, punished is kind of satisfying, not gonna lie. Jin Zhao's been my home since I can remember. These guys have robbed and killed. If I were a Midnight Ranger or even a patroller, I'd have taught them a lesson. It's not as easy as you think. Together, we stand strong. Even an ordinary person like me with the right tools can fight, can defend my home. I should have joined the Midnight Rangers instead of the Imperial Academy, spending all day writing dull editorials. Man, she's seen a bit of fighting, seen us beat some dudes up and she's got all, you know. It's got a wet. Oh, almost forgot. Mission, we've got all the clues, so the truth must be the Fraxidus was doing experiments here. Right. The Fraxidus caught some animals and tacit discords, all for some kind of experiment. They must have stumbled on that big one, the same one the herb collector saw. Luckily, it must be harmless, so the collector got lucky. The Fraxidus set a trap but ended up provoking it. I had to bail when it fought back. But I wonder if that snow monster was there doing too. We need more evidence. The Fraxidus items left by the Court of Savante, frozen animals, and experiments using tacit discords. There's got to be a link, but what? Anyway, let's go to the Longs Ridge first. Maybe you'll find answers there. All right then. And sometimes that catches me out when I switch to my sensor and forget to switch back. We made it. I don't think we walked this much all of last year. Data tablet. Yep, not reading all that, boss. These devices look what those Court of Savante guys make. Their designs clearly aren't based on modern automata mechanics. They're called photon vaults. They're able to halt time with a certain range, within a certain range. So you mean those animals were yeah, that should be it. What were they? Rather, this must be the Fraxidus experiment log. Escaped weapons of yeah, no, whatever. The box is empty. Okay. What's the answer? The Fraxidus calls this place Site 2 and ran experiments with the photon vault created by the court of Savante. Those frozen animals must be the device test subjects caught in time, and the monsters at Lung's Crescent must be captured within it too. But what's their plan? The memo from Site 1 mentioned a frequency suppressor. What's that for? To suppress the tacit discord's innate frequencies? Yes, so they can control them, like in the diary. This is absurd. Typical Fraxidus. Typical. Are they all mad? Why would they do this? For power. For power. Is it really worth all this? I just can't wrap my head around it. There's no excuse for this. We must have more important matters to attend to. You're right, we have to stop the Fraxidus. We can't let them get away with this. Especially if they're freezing animals in time, because like, isn't that supposed to be like... They're saying it's like torture. You know, it's not a pleasant thing to be frozen in time. You're aware or some shit like that. Sorry, he was so happily bouncing around as well, wasn't he? Not bad. Not that bad, though. Dude, the aerial dodges are not great for him. Must admit.
Time to wrap it up.
Okay, my dodges are not on point at the minute, chat.
Think you got permission?
Together we fight!
Stop running, pussy.
Heaven ordains.
Terrible DPS there, what the hell?
Tear them to pieces. Together we vanish. Be reduced to cinders. Perish and tear them to pieces.
Lend me your strength. Bask in starlight. Evil be cleansed.
Together we vanish. Mind's eye. Zap strength. It's our curtain call.
Record. Well, f you too. I need to get some crit damage god rolls, man. Then what is the top one for crit damage? It's 21%.
Hopefully, we'll make new findings. Going against wind.
Going against wind. Ready to roll the next experiment whenever you give the word. Hey, Olgo, it's showtime. Wait a minute. Wasn't Olgo one from the ones who just... Oh, he ran off, yeah, didn't it? Me? Showtime. Who else? You want to live, right? You want power, don't you? That's exactly what the Fraxidus is all about. We return the weak to the mighty, the nobodies into somebodies, and mere mortals into gods. Relax, it's just another tweak like the upgrade you had before, only this makes you stronger and less constrained. Look at this beast. Gorgeous, isn't it? Strong too. Those sharp claws, that glossy fur, those bulging muscles. What do I mean? Listen, tacit discords are not curses, they're miracles. And now you get the honour of harnessing that miracle. Don't let me down. Can I really make it? Is he muscular? I'd say he's fat. Of course, Olgo the Fraxidus isn't pouring money into this just for kicks. Just fire up that machine over there, and you'll be transformed. No one will be able to touch you, much less take you down. I'll take it upstairs. Once you get stronger, you'll move up the ladder to say goodbye to grunt work. Fine, I'll do it. Algo trembles as he approaches the machine with no other option. He entrusts his fate to the experiment. He neither understands or whatever. Initiating frequency suppressor injection. Triple unit. Algo's frequency detected, causing effective interference with the tacit discord's frequency. Synchronization rate 95.27%. Haha, we did it. Such a genius move, using human frequencies to take down tacit discords. As long as tacit discords understand our language, we can boss them around however we want. Shut down the photon vault and release our new friend. I mean, old friend. Even that rover won't stand a chance. What, so has he been absorbed by it? Because where's he gone? The artificers turn off the photon vault. Olgo, can you hear me? How's your new body feeling? I get it, 4 legs might be a challenge at first. Take your time. Hold on, boss. Olgo's frequencies. They're gone. What? Don't be stupid. We combined his with the tacit discord's frequencies. Of course you can't see his moron. Yeah, but I bet they've just been absorbed, haven't they? No, the tacit discord's frequencies are unchanged. His were completely devoured. This isn't funny, Olgo. Wake up. Now isn't the time for a nap. No. Stay back. Stay back! In those final moments, Olgo's response was neither what he hoped nor expected. Where have they gone? Have we got to fight Olgo? Sorry, buddy.
Everything. Watch out!
Watch and learn.
No need for that. Calm down now.
Leave it to me. Strike as one. There in starlight. Evil be cleansed. Oh, stars, heed my calling.
Tear them to pieces.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Where's his buddies? Did he eat? I'm guessing he killed them then, yeah? Is it over? Is Olgo? I couldn't save him. I see. That's okay. We did everything we could. I read his diary. All he wanted to do was survive, but he's not as lucky as we are. He didn't have a safe place to call home or the means to protect himself. I used to think justice was everywhere in Huanglong, just like in Jinzhou. We have the Midnight Rangers guarding us and the patrollers keeping order. Everyone lives in peace. To me, tacit discords and tacit fields were just distant stories, less real than the monsters in fairy tales. But today I realise that they're right here. You did a good job. No, I did nothing. I'm still the little girl who once looked at the Midnight Rangers believing they could solve every single problem. I never thought about who needed help, let alone took action. Looking back, I'd feel ashamed. Just follow your hearts. But first, I've got to figure out what my heart wants. Anyway, I have all the details recorded. When I get back to Hongzhen, I'll write them in the Chronicle. Next up, I might just join the Pioneer Association and travel the world. I want to see what lies beyond Jinzhou's walls with my own eyes. Taking that first step is key. You're right, I've got to take that first step. Thank you, Rover. Let's head back to Hongzhen. All right in. Do you know what we need to do, though? Shall we? Yeah. We just got to get these done now, but we need to wait for weekly reset, don't we? I guess we could do Yinlin up a little bit, and actually Changli, actually, couldn't we? Let's same with Jian, we've got to wait on the weeklies. Yeah, weeklies on her as well. Is it weeklies on everything we've got to do for her? Oh no, we can do that. Let's get Yinlin. Let's do Yinlin's traces. Let's work on building her up a little bit. We don't need the weeklies, do we? So we're gonna need adagios. So let's go get some Adante helixes. Let's go forgery. Let's do it. Yinlin's too good not to have her leveled up. I wish I'd have got Yinlin's signature. regrets. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. But you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is.
My field of expertise. You're not getting away.
Strike is one. Our lights shine through. The sky beckons. Evil be cleansed. Leave it to me.
Watch and learn. I've had enough. Get lost. Your time in my field of expertise.
Lend me your strength.
I'll tear them to pieces.
Life is in everything. Thy home. Moment of awakening. Heaven ordains. Banish all vice.
Let's go again. Let's go again.
Together we fight. Lost in starlight. Sacred light.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength. It's our curtain call.
Leave it to me. Roll for me.
Tear them to pieces. Zap strength. This is my field of expertise.
Lend me your strength. Oh, stars, heed my calling.
Cheeks got clapped. Let's get into the weekly realm as well, aren't we? Let's just spend the rest on this actually, and then we'll go synthesize some more stuff as well. Spam the last little bit of wave plates on this. To be fair, I've got plenty of solvents still though to spend.
Together we fight.
My field of expertise.
Lend me your strength.
Zap strength. It's our curtain call.
Strike is one. Sacred light.
Bye bye now.
Onwards. Leave it to me.
Fuck it, let's roll again. Let's go again.
Going against wind. Noticing luminous energy.
In my field of expertise.
Our lights shine heaven ordains. Banish all vice.
We only get the floaties with
Tear them to pieces.
Thus it ends.
Vivian Lynn's enhanced heavy though. What it's called now, the mark, whatever it's called. What? Change to Chan and shall we change to fucking Chan? Get some synthesizing done. Shit, which ones is it? I needed these, and I needed the HF, sure. Holy shit, I got loads of them. You know, it's not do that just shit though. Just allow them for leveling up, don't we? I'm gonna need some of the perps now. I'm gonna need some of the perps. Right, what we got here? Damage and presence skill, lightning execution is increased by 10% when hitting targets marked with Sinner's Mark, and Yillin's attack is increased by 10% for 4 seconds with this triggered. So Sinner's Mark is what's it, isn't he? If I remember right. Basic attacks, absolute stance, resistance, liberation, thundering wrath into skill, roaring storm. No, okay, Sinner's Mark's off a ult, yeah. You get that from a ult, don't you? Okay, so you get, oh shit, I didn't know that. Oh no, that's a heavy attack, yeah, with Chameleon Swipe. Oh, okay, so Sinner's Mark is with the heavy, okay. Yeah, but that's it, Punishing Mark, that's the one, yeah. Okay, alright, okay. Yeah, I think we do that, and then I think we go with a bit more crit. I think we double the crit, actually. Do we go with the increased attack stats? What do we add to the Forte Circuit or Resonance Liberation? Yeah, let's do that. We need more of them elixirs, don't we? Don't make any more. We had to make a couple. Just a couple. Where are they? We go. Concerto regen though. Yay. We have to go with a normal attack or... Let's go with the attack. Alright. Farm some more tomorrow, I guess. We will farm some more tomorrow, I guess. Try and finish off the Terror of Adversity as well. I do want to start leveling Encore. I do want to bring Boiji up as well, actually. We need to do your girl as well. I love that animation. Okay, so that comes across both. Okay. want to do Jian Shen up as well. We've got she needs building fully. Cal Charo needs some work as well, actually. Morphe could definitely do some work as well. Danjin needs some work. Where do we concentrate on next? Obviously, we're trying to sort out Jian, these guys, but can we do a little bit more on Changli? We synthesize some more of that shit. It's a polarized Joe. Yeah, I want to get Encore and Baiji built. I think they're the two I want to concentrate on. I do want to do Danji as well, but considering we've got so many copies of Bottle, actually. See, we've got so many copies of Baiji and Danjin. It would be sensible to build them, but I really do want to build Baiji as well, just to have that extra sustain character. Let's do a resonance skill. I'm going to call it there, guys. I've got to go pick Rosie up from work. Thank you to everybody who's come through today. I really do appreciate it. Share it to everybody who's been watching. I will see you all in the next stream. I don't know if I'm going to be live tonight. I think me and Rosie are going out for a walk on that, but I might get on. We'll see. And if I don't, I'll see you tomorrow. Share it again, once again, for everybody who's been watching the videos and continue to support them. It means a lot, and I will see you all a little bit later. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get off.